Tonight, we bring you this week's Flight Sim news, the Focke-Wulf 190D, the BN2T Islander, the update for the ATR, an F-18 audio pack, and North Weald Airfield. Hello?
Hello there.
Hello, look at that timing. Did you see the timing? Why are you gone over that way? Hang on, come over this way a bit, look. Yes, you see, I just grabbed a hold to you, but it's grand. Hello everybody, happy Wednesday. You're very welcome to tonight's stream. 'Tis the middle of the week, the halftime show, the midweek shuffle, and today it's all about catching up with the news. That's right, friends. We catch up with this week's Flight Sim news. We're going to be checking out Flying Iron's incredible Focke-Wulf 190D, and a very special shout out to Mr. Skoo, who has provided us with information about said aircraft. We'll be chatting about that a little bit later on. We're also going to be checking out the newest release from Blackbox Simulations. This is the BN2 Islander, but it's the Turbo Islander. Yes, friends, when they said when pigs fly, they didn't think they'd make it actual. It was the first Garda airplane ever, the BN2 Turbine Islander. We called it a Defender. And Blackbox Simulations even created a Garda Síochána livery. Almost, it's right. Let's not give out to them. It is as Gaeilge. Then we're going to be looking at the update of the ATR. They've added all sorts of fixes and features, and we'll start off after the news. We're going to be having a chat with Echo19 about the work he's carried out on the F-18. This is all to do with the new audio pack, and we're going to have a full listen to it, rip around the shop in an F-18 to listen to the wonderful sounds he's managed to do. We also check out a brand new airport by Burning Blue Design.
Can I get a refund?
No, you can't. We're going to Essex, North Weald Airfield, and that was fairly active during both wars. So we'll be checking that one out now in a while as well, right? It's the 190A, not the D. Don't say that to me, is it? Did I get it wrong? I don't get things wrong, lads. Hang on a second. I'm not doubting you, but you know, Flying Iron. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to update the.
Hello there.
I'm gonna have to update everything, right? Hang on. We'll just ask Google here. Hello, machine. Hang on now. Wait now. I at the moment I'm still right. No, Jesus. Then I'm all terribly wrong. Wait. Oh, yeah, it was a typo, lads. Right? Hey, shh. How do we? Wait, we'll edit this bit out. Let's just call it the 190. Don't mind the D at all. Actually, we broke it. Stream title updated. See what we did? Brilliant. But anyway, It's going to be a busy night, so you're all very welcome in. Hope your week is going grand. I was kind of out last night. One of the lads, he's heading, well, he's Irish, but he lives in New Zealand now. He lives down in Invercargill. And he's heading home tomorrow, well, this morning, today, but it's his tomorrow, he's home. Anyway, I went up last night, he said, come up and we'll have a plate of dinner and have a glass of wine. Right, says I, no bother at all. So I did expect him to come home. So after work, went up and had a roast beef dinner, couldn't move. They're from Kerry, so you can imagine the amount of spuds. There was spuds with a side portion, yes, of spuds. And we had a drink of wine. It was a small amount. And then he said, we might go for a pint. So we ended up going it was like sipping away on lemons. Drinking pints during the middle of the week, it's a hard right, especially when you have to get up early the next morning for work. So I'm terrified of everything today. I have the fear, but I'm grand, right? I mean, I look fine, but I'm not making much sense. Nothing kind of new there, I suppose, right? But anyway, welcome all in. Hope your week is fantastic. And there was a dev stream on this evening, and Flight FX were part of that dev stream. It was the first party development stream, and they're chatting to the developers who are making the aircraft for Flight Sim 2024. So we have a little bit of information. Nick and Marwan went through the bits and bobs that they were doing. Looks very interesting. They've gone with mad aircraft. Mad, and I think that'll forever live in history when Nick says, hey, you should go on to VATSIM with these. Could you imagine the crack, right? Yes, aircraft type. Oh, Jesus.
Look at this big eater.
I can't pronounce it. And next thing, where did he go? He just went up, right? Loads of fun. So it should be a bit of crack. Right, anyway, who's here in the chat? Look, it's busy for a Wednesday, isn't it? You're all very welcome in. Super Typhon, you're very welcome aboard. Oh, wait, what I got? Jeez. I went out anyway, and I got myself some new technology, look. Don't drop this, it was expensive. Look at that. Do you know what that is? It's a hand, but the hand is holding a camera. So this is going to replace a very old Logitech C920 that I have. Does it work over here? It's going to replace that one. That makes the back of my head look terrible bald. It will soon replace that one. What's it called? It's an Insta360 Link 2. Right. Very sophisticated, friends. And I just need to figure out how it works. And, I might turn it into a hand cam, but it'll live over here. You'll see it when I do it, right? It'll all be set up. It'll be nice, be interesting. It'll be intuitive. And what's the word I'm looking for? What's that word? It'll be grand, right? It'll be grand. So that's what I have to do. And it'll be silly. Yes, that's the word. It'll be silly. Yes, brilliant. Now, what was I going to do? Oh, yeah, I was going to do one of these, look. Jesus. And you know what I've noticed as well in my man cave, right? I have a fridge over here, look. It says TwoToneMurphy under it, or above it. But that fridge every now and again, do you know the way a fridge kind of kicks in to kind of, cool things down? It's starting to trip things and turn things off. So I have a feeling I have to move the connection for the fridge. But apart from that, friends, it's everything's grand, right? Does not bother at all. Who's here? Look, let's quick distract yourselves. Distract yourselves. Who's here? Super Typhon, you're very welcome in. Spitfire RAF 100 is here in the chat. You're very welcome aboard. Toto2495 says happy midweekage, everyone. Well, welcome in, man. Willow How Much is here. Fierce Wolf looking fierce. Jan Wolfie. Soaring AJ. AJH. You're looking very well. Vacuum is in the house. PH Roy is here. Nightsep, good evening. Belbro. Hello, chaps. Already Wednesday again. Newsage Day. Great to see you, Belbro. 98 Vulcan is here. Welcome aboard. Little Trader, happy Wednesday. Bocelli is here. Greg Gore's in the house. Kingsman 9965, all the way from Liverpool. Great to see you, my guy. I hope you're keeping very well. Mr. Z Rider is here. Newsday Wednesday. Indeed, and it is. Italian Yank fan, welcome in. Eamon 1973 says, what can Murph conjure up today? We had shepherd's pie for dinner. When was the last time you had shepherd's pie? Why is it called shepherd's pie? Do shepherds eat it? It's shepherd's pie, ladies and gentlemen, created by the one and only Mr. Two-Tone. It was a combination of, mince with carrots and potato. Shepherd's pie. Lovely now. And then she made a couple of roast potatoes. Spuds with a side of spuds. I'm full of spuds. But anyway, Mr. Z Rider, you are very welcome in indeed. Shuffle Shoes shuffles in. AJH John, hope you're well. Vince C is here. Viper Strike rambles aboard. He visited Mobile, Alabama yesterday. Nice. You toured the USS Alabama and the USS Drum submarine. Oh, nice, man. Nice. Lead Ballooner, good evening. Goblin Zeus, welcome in. SK Sun is in the house. Happy Wednesday. Now, let me see. Leaping Sumo. Evening all, and hello from Shropshire, where it's a bit damp. Yes, it's raining everywhere. Everywhere over this side of the world, it's raining. Mac Vision 3D, good evening. Mr. Scoo is here, 13 months. Thank you very, very much indeed. He says, here we are, halfway. We are halfway to the finish line, for it is almost the weekend. Almost the weekend, and that's great news. Flying Trits, good to see you. Sun Jammer, he says, evening all from the man that never uses a teleprompter. It's even in slow motion. That there. Why is that camera in slow mo? Every week I turn on the gadget, it's in slow mo. Don't look at me head. I need to fix that. I will fix that. You know, I've new cameras and stuff to play with, and I have to change around my studio because there's all sorts of mad hardware there's all sorts of hardware on the way. Jesus, don't know when I'll get it all now. The camera is the start of it. M Dark and Wombat, yes, legends. Between the camera, right? And I'm just telling you, there's some cool stuff on the way. Trying to build. There's things happening all over the shop. Who's that now? Leonardo da Vinci. Love that name. Cheers from Atlantic City. Thank you very much indeed for the super chat. Thank you very much, man. I'm trying to build the ultimate rig. You know, basically it's any chair I sit in. No, right. It's. We're aware of the DOF Reality H3 motion platform thingamajig that is currently being built. I've a lot of it over there somewhere. Right. And, well, there's more stuff on the way. Interesting hardware specifications, right? Throttles, joysticks, yokes. What else? Pedals. All sorts of stuff. So we're getting into the hardware soon, lads. So it'll be all setting things up and seeing, you know, how it behaves, and all in time for 2024. Looking forward to it. So yes, there's lots of stuff on the way, and I need to move around everything to make it fit, because I didn't think before I pressed some buttons, because I'm an idiot. But it's all right. We're all okay with that now. We shall move on. Flying Trits, good evening. Again, No Undies McGee is here. He says, hey all, plus a Murph. Good to see you, man. APU Inspector, welcome in. Very happy Wednesday. Cy120 is here. Hope you're keeping very well. 98 Vulcan did 7 streams in a row. 7. There's something magical about that number 7, isn't there? Thank you very, very much indeed, my guy. Now, let me see. We're over here. Sterling58 says, good day, Fireflies. It's a great day for the news. Indeed it is. Rookie Pilot is here. 29 months. Thank you very, very much indeed, Rookie Pilot. You're looking well. Paparazzi rambles in. He says, howdy Fireflies, ready for the news, training myself to save and keep 2024 in mind, being this close. We are within 40 days. It's 30 odd days. 30 odd days, right? What are we going to be doing? Are we ever going to go outside again? Right. I can't wait. The excitement now levels are getting up there. CP65 is here. B. Carlo, welcome aboard. Helric, a very wet top of the week. Good to see you, man. Flying Tonight says, hey, you crazy kids. Hope your Wednesday has been grand so far. And yours, my guy, and yours. Proby Pete says, good day from Arizona. Listening in while flying Firefly Air within 5 degrees, leg 19. Nice. Right, Old Veteran is here. He says, howdy y'all from the laptop in the recliner. Happy News Day. Scott, you're very welcome in. Good to see you. Jan Race is here. 37 months. 37? That's a while. Thank you very, very much indeed, man. Captain Gaiman is here. Hello. Are you working? Are you flying? You're very welcome in, Captain Gaiman. Egged Barley, 43 months. God almighty, thank you very, very much indeed, my guy. Insane support. Thank you. JP Signups, good evening. Hayden UK, good evening, Hayden. Good evening, Seamus. Right? Who's Seamus? Yeah. Nutty's lack, yeah, well, don't worry about that. It's just the 190 now. All is well in the round. Well, except on YouTube. I'll fix it later. Liptorius, welcome aboard. Right, we're over here now, look. Jesus, we're catching up. News fan! Someone's pressing buttons. Muse fan! I nearly said news fan. Could you imagine? Muse fan, he says, I'll try that again. How he is his mad jokes is happy hump day all. Stupephone. Oh, look, he tried to say it earlier on. Balls, I should have read out with that one. Muse fan started off to say, how he is a happy Friday all. Jokes, you maddled. Brilliant. Right. Pilot Peely, welcome in. As opposed to an unplated dinner. Yes. Right. I remember now. I was away somewhere foreign. Where was it? It was Tenerife or one of these places. And you know the buffet that you go into. It's like the carvery, but it's a buffet, right? Well, this will tell you, the savagery of the Murphy. The savagery, right? So I picked up the gadget and I started putting the food on the gadget. Oh, yeah, plenty of room for that. Yeah, oh, Jesus, look at them. They're interesting, yeah. And I walked up to the place where they calculate, and they said, sir, you must put that on a plate. Right, the tray looked like a plate. I mean, let's be fair, it was a very small plate. Well, it was a very small tray or a very large plate. I mean, it was one or the other. I put it all on the shagging tray. Jesus. I just said, that's right, yeah. And immediately sat down whilst my wife had to pay for it. And whatever was said, I ate every bit of it though. I didn't lick the tray though. That just would have looked odd and uncomfortable. Mr. Dan, good to see you. Curly Toes is here. Now, Nightstep says, JD put out a video saying, Microsoft confirmed your marketplace planes will not be lost when you change from the store to Steam and vice versa. Nightstep, thank you very much for the update. JD does incredible work. Nightstep, is that the same JD who does all the checklists? I think it is. He's a German content creator. But that's great news. Thank you for the update, my guy. Now, let me see. Eggs Barley, Choo, you absolute ledge. Thank you very much indeed. Real Sim Pilot, good to see you. Helrick says, does the new camera have a bald spot filter? Thanks, Helrick. No, it does. In actual fact, it creates one. It gives anyone a bald spot. It's a feature. 6 Knots is in the house. Murph, I sent you a DM about the thing with the shh. Right. Message received. 6 Knots. Thank you very much indeed. Right, now we're over here. Echo19 is in the house. Hello. Good evening. We'll be chatting to you shortly. Get yourself a tasty beverage. Retriever Neil, happy Wednesday. Hermit Something is here. Good evening. I just had some for lunch, says old veteran. Cottage pie, Jesus. It's made of real shepherds. Brilliant. Urban Guju, good to see you. Now, where's this? Oh, it's over here, look. Falcon Wolf actually stands for Flight Sim Wednesday. Wait, what? Who? Wombat has subscribed for 32 months. The man is mad. Thank you very much indeed, Wombat. Hope you're well. Where's this now? Does the Falcon Wolf have a metric toggle? Quart. Can you be more specific? M Dark is here, 11 months. Thank you very, very much indeed, my guy. Hope you're well. Now, let me see. Cold feet, warm hands. Shepherd's pie contains lamb. Cottage pie is minced pie. Oh, wait, hang on. It was cottage pie. We'll have to start the whole thing again. Now, I could have played that all the way through, but tonight, friends, we had... What's it called?
Hello there.
Shh. Tonight we had cottage pie. Yes. It was lovely. Really, really nice. Cottage pie and potatoes. Bloody hell, Murphy. Quick. Carnage pie contains squirrels. Brilliant. Thank you, Cold Feet Warm Hands, for the clarification. Right, now, Gibbo, interested in a pint?
Can I do the refund?
No, there's no refunds. Pyrotech is here, good to see you. One Fly Air, good evening. Now, let me see. Doc Blues has subscribed. 8 months, my dude. Thank you very, very much indeed. Doc, you're looking well. Mr. Dan is here. Now, right, we're over here, look. Daz Higgy, good to see you. I already have a bald spot. It's grand. Guess so, Cottage, yeah, desperate, right? Basically, we had food for dinner, right? That's the friggin' safest way to say it. What did you do? We had food. Food, yeah, very good. Right, who's here on YouTube? It's not getting warmer in the room. I'm just making an idiot of myself and starting to overheat. Anyway, who's here on YouTube? You're all very welcome in. Jet Kid is here. Uniform Goose. David Cleary. Good to see you, my guy. VR Flight Sim Guy is in the chat. Good to see you, man. He says, I love the show. Ah, Jesus. There was nothing else on telly tonight. Sure there wasn't. Lads, a man who needs no introduction, but we'll give one anyway. If you're into anything virtual reality related within Flight Sim, and of course everything else with Flight Sim, he's a celebrity in the scenery world as Burning Blue Design managed to make a digital replica, let's go with that, of VR Flight Sim Guy. Well, do be sure to check out his YouTube channel. Super nice guy, and he's into motory bikes, right? And do you know what we did actually, Steve? I was watching when you went across, I forget the name of the passes, I forget these names now. There were all these fancy, mad looking roads in Italy and Switzerland. And 2 weeks ago when we were last trucking, we only happened to go in and go on one of the Swiss routes with all the mad roads. Brilliant. I need to find out the Italian ones next. They were class, right? Did you not enjoy what I cooked? Wait, whoa, stall the kettle. I got it wrong, Mrs. Two-Tone. I called it a shepherd's pie made with real shepherds. But no, I was told it was a cottage pie. And it was lovely. Yeah, and the potatoes were also lovely. See? Bloody hell, lads. You just need to warn me when things like that happen. Or if your wife is in the chat. What? Anyway, we're over here, look. Who else? David Cleary, good to see you. Michael Chamberlain, you're very welcome aboard. Raoul is here. Jack M. Kane Nichols, welcome in, lads. Peter Smith, good to see you. Jacobs is here. Now, let me see. Trevor, good to see you, Trevor. Benjamin Holmes, welcome aboard. Frankenstein is in the house. You're very welcome. Diego Vivas, the VR pilot. Lads, great to see everyone here. Rick, hello, Rick. Digital Mark, Elf is here as well. Awesome Pigeon. That is a fantastic name. Awesome Pigeon. Is there ever such a thing? Right, brilliant. Kieran Nile, good to see you. Reaper is here. David Heath, welcome aboard. Who else is here? Look, Lone Gamer UK. Happy Wednesday. Robert E says, good evening from Motueka. Is it Motueka in New Zealand? Kia ora, right? Oh, brilliant. We can converse, Kiwi style. You're very welcome in, Robert. Right, we're over here now. Maddie Lynn, good to see you. Right, we're over here, look. Did I catch up? Delta Bravo. Michael Chamberlain is here second time. Stockholm plane spotting. Hello from Sweden. Hello from Tipperary. You're looking well, my dude. Right, I think I've caught up. No, I haven't. I'm in trouble. That's not enough potato. Wait, what? Maybe you should cook the next time, Murph. I would love to, but I would be responsible for a disaster. Yeah. The last time I tried to cook, I used to cook. I used to be a commie chef. Right? Now, this is years ago. Right, years and years, I had long hair, years and years ago. And I realised almost immediately that when everyone was having the pints, I was in the kitchen. I didn't like that arrangement. I wanted to be having the pints while everyone else was having the pints. So I kind of stopped that career fairly lively. But I used to be a commie chef. And I only ever cooked the missus dinner once. Because, before you judge me with your... Wait, where's that button gone?
The big switch, good buddy.
Oh, Jesus, Adam Controls is here. Quick, call the cavalry. Before you judge me with your judgmental lies. Right. There's this technology called
Allow
money.
myself to introduce
Myself.
myself.
And what you can do with this technology, friends, you can make a phone call or use your telephone, a smartphone, by using an application. And they have these food manufacturing and delivery services that can be found on your smartphone application. And all you need to do is put in, I want one of those, 3 of them and 4 of them, and sure, give us an old bottle of Coke while you're at it. And then when you press the button, they will deliver, they'll get the ingredients, they'll cook it, they'll bag it, and they'll even deliver it in exchange for money. That is how I do the cooking. Because I'm not going to check and someone else can do it. I'll hear there's a few quid, you can do it. And that's pretty much about everything. I don't go out to the friggin' North Sea and start looking for, petroleum. Wait, do you get petroleum in the North Sea? No, that's gas. I don't go to, the Middle East. Yeah, that's better. I don't go to the Middle East and look for, fossil fuels and refine you know, oil and stuff. Do you know what I mean? I just buy it in the garage. Like, you should. So that's what we do. Right? So that's how I produce things. I don't do the manual labour at all, because I'm really bad at it. I usually invite people or pay people to do the things. You know, loves the jobs you hate. That was a thing for Mr. Muscle back in the day. That was like, that's the power of advertising. When we were small, you used to have the Mr. Muscle adverts on the television, right? Because they were advertising to mothers whose children were playing, you know, Thomas the Tank Engine before they completely feckin' ruined that. Mr. Toppin' Hat. So while we were playing, during the adverts of our favourite shows, they'd put on all the ads that, you know, for the housewife. And you can't say things like this anymore. Oh no, that's terribly all one-sided, Murph. But that's what they used to do. So we used to sit there and watch Mr. Muscle. Loves the jobs you hate. And that kind of stuck with me. Do you know? Wait now. This thing loves the jobs you hate. I hate many jobs. So that's what I do. You pay the money and it's all sorted. Is that okay? Do we understand where we're at? Yes. Oh, it's time for the news. Right, quick. Jesus, I'm over here, look.
Oh, Jesus.
You can't interrupt the transition. This took ages. Did you, come on, did you just see what happened, right? Amazing. So, you're all very welcome in, and here's a great tip for Murph. Oh, good man, Larry. If your car is diesel and you live in the country, you can get special diesel in the garage. Green diesel, it's cheaper and it's greener. I believe farmers use it quite a lot. Yeah. Right. Thomas the Tank Engine, yeah, Mr. Toppin' Hat. No, his name was the Fat Controller. Anyway, Adam Controls, welcome in, my dude. Hope you had a great stream. And Adam, are you there this weekend? You were away last weekend and the weekend before, but I'm almost certain you said you were going to be here this weekend. That's what we want, right? That's what we want. Right, don't get right. Willie's on the sheep. Wait, what? Lone Gamer, that's a different conversation. You'd have to talk to the Scots and those people from Clare. Go check out if the water is boiling. Wait, is it boiling? I don't know, but it's bubbling like crazy. Anyway, right, friends. This here is the FA-18 Hornet, and we'll be having a look at this now in a moment. More importantly, we'll be having a listen to this, right? But before we get to that, friends, well, it's time for the news. And we're going to start off, ladies and gentlemen, with the news that we saw tonight from the dev stream, the Microsoft Flight Sim official dev stream. And on it, they had flight effects. Now, we know flight effects from the Vision Jet, and we knew Marwan, who's now with flight effects, and that was for the Honda Jet, or the H-Jet, for, you know, naming purposes, right? Well, they are working on some aircraft that are going to be available to us in the new simulator by default. And they're very interesting. They may not be everyone's cup of tea, or insert tasty beverage of choice, but they are going to be very interesting, right? And the first one that we're going to talk about, it's like a scene out of the Brady Bunch, isn't it? Here's a story. Jetson, or the Jetson 1, right? Now, I think I first saw something like this on Top Gear. Hammond spoke about, you know, the cops in Dubai were thinking about using these. And then he said, Jesus, what if they had to, like, you know, jump out and follow them on foot? They'd be flying mince. But anyway, speaking of mince, but anyway, this craft, think of this as kind of like your, I don't know what you do, moped meets drone meets quad bike meets jet ski, right? The Jetson 1. And, well, you can see by it, it's an EV, more like a drone, right? It's using these 4 props all around it, and doesn't go terribly fast, and it has a relatively short kind of a battery life, as drones do. But this is going to be one of the default aircraft available in the sim. And this is being worked on by Flight FX. And I think tonight was the first time Flight FX could actually say, hey, look, this is what we've been working on, you know. Another aircraft they're working on is this mad looking thing, the Joby. Now, as I said, you're either going to love these type of aircraft or you're going to be like, no, not for me. I'm very interested to seeing how the world of aviation is evolving. But call me old school, but you can't really beat the old pistons, right? A radial, you can't beat even the turboprop. Like that's to me. I mean, it has to be either Avgas or Jet A. Love the smell of Jet A in the morning. Smells like someone's losing money, right? But they're very, very interesting. And it's great to see where aviation is kind of going, because, composite fiber or composite materials, electric motor stabilization, fly-by-wire, all this stuff is being incorporated into these real-world aircraft. And although not many are there, the Joby is designed very much to be like a sky taxi, which is interesting. So that's another aircraft they're making. And then the third machine they showed us is this mad-looking devil. They are quite mad. All three of the craft that Flight Effects are bringing in, that you're either going to love them or they will forever stay, in your virtual hangar covered in dust. Right, it's up to you. This one is interesting, the Archer, because with the number of props that it has 6 on the front and it has 6 on the rear behind the leading edge, the trailing edge, but they face up. And the idea behind it is, well, the rear propellers are operating as your elevation, your vertical thrust, yeah, your horizontal thrust. Meanwhile, these guys here, well, that's your vertical movements. And of course, the wing has its laminar flow and all this sort of jazz. And it also has a beautiful V-tail there. This is a very interesting looking aircraft because I suspect this is going to feel familiar to those flying something like the Osprey or a Harrier or, do you know what I mean, VTOL type of aircraft. So this one is kind of catching my eye more so than the other two, only because, well, I think the Jetson is going to be a bit of crack throwing it around, somewhere, maybe the canyon, right? It's very Star Wars-y kind of, live long and suck it. But it's the other one, the Joby, again, sky taxi, like the Velociraptor. Let's be honest, who flies the Velociraptor? You know what I mean? Let's be honest, some do, right? And I'm sure it's very chilled out if you just want to sit there and go on a scenery trip. But in terms of an aircraft getting you from A to B, that's kind of, to me, that's where the Joby and the Jetson kind of jump into. But the Archer, I think, now this is something a little bit different. So I'm kind of looking forward to this, Adam says, check the general chat in the Bremen. I will check the general chat in the Bremen. What's happening? Bremen. The bot is drunk. I'm here this weekend for a full shift. I have to run out now. Have a good stream. Why is the bot? Oh, it didn't like shift. Shift means something totally different down my neck of the woods. Are you going for the shift tonight? What? Right. Thank you, Adam. And well, thanks for the heads up there, lads. But anyway, so these were the 3 aircraft announced tonight by Flight Effects. And Nick was there, as I said, Marwan, and they're just chatting about developing the aircraft. They're getting some real world data from the actual manufacturers. It's actually very interesting because, as they're building their projects, the real world manufacturers are building their projects. So if they suddenly want to add or change something, well, the guys at Flight Effects need to catch up. And that's also very accurate when it comes to Gotfriends when they're working on the Draco. I mean, that devil could say, hey, I'm going to change this. And then the lads have to play catch up and change it. So I imagine it's quite the challenge. But anyway, it's exciting. It's great to get the developers involved, seeing the face that makes these things. I think it's great. So yeah, the Jetsons was brilliant. It was Joe Jetson. What was his wife? And don't say Mrs. Jetson. What was Mrs. Jetson's name? Jesus, there's a question. Right. Right, now, let us move on. So that's what was really Jane Jetson. Well done. Astro was the dog, wasn't it? Judy. No, it wasn't Judy. Judy Jetson. That was her sister twice removed. Joan Jetson. No, that was her Irish cousin. Jesus, lads. Right, let us... Yeah, it looks a bit like the Astro one, doesn't it? My screen just went flickery because I couldn't grab the button. Right, here we go. And, well, we're going to settle in now for the news. Look, Murphy, it's a 190A, because you're an idiot, you completely made a mess of it, and now, friends, the whole thing is shagged. I'll immediately change this on the gadget. I pressed the button, and you won't even notice it. You won't even notice it. Just hit refresh. His son was Elroy. Yeah, what was the dog? Anyway, let us move on. Flying Iron Simulations. These guys, they don't need an introduction when it comes to the warbirds that they've already introduced into Microsoft Flight Simulator, along with other platforms. They've done work in X-Plane and on DCS as well. This is their latest release and is based on the Focke-Wulf 190A8. And, well, stunning. We're going to be checking this aircraft out tonight. This thing was powered by a BMW engine. Think of this as the pro wrestler. when you compare it to something like the Messerschmitt 109. The Messerschmitt 109 is like the graceful kind of gymnast, do you know, wearing the tight kind of, whatever they're called, onesies, right? This is like the pro wrestler with the long hair, right? This thing was a machine. It was built to give a terrible punch, loads of armament, ammunition, the whole shebang, bombs, you name it. But it was also built to be able to take a terrible punch. It had incredible capabilities at low level and medium level flight. It kind of went off a little bit when it went to some of the higher range stuff. But in terms of aircraft design and engineering, it was quite spectacular, right? Anyway, what we have here, the Butcher Bird first entered service for the Luftwaffe in 1941, and it gained a fearsome reputation. Known for its agility, speed and firepower, the aircraft was a nemesis to Allied fighters like the Spitfire, especially during the early engagements. Robust design and radial engine allowed it to perform well in various roles. Flying Iron Simulations have spent 2 years meticulously developing this aircraft using new simulation techniques to deliver what they describe as their most detailed and authentic product to date. Now, that's a statement coming from Flying Iron because, I mean, look at their portfolio. I mean, the Spitfire, the P-38, we can go on. When they say this is their most detailed and authentic product to date, this is getting exciting. The team has paid particular attention to the aircraft's distinctive flight characteristics, or flight model, working closely with Focke-Wulf 190 pilots, BMW 801 experts, and technicians to validate the flight and engine models. So all the drama and history and terror of wartime, put that to one side. As an aviation kind of a marvel, this airplane paved the way for a lot of modern developments. Which is very interesting. It has 14 historically accurate liveries. The aircraft has been designed with impressive detail from the exterior to the cockpit. 12 unique engine sounds captured offer a rich experience for your audio. And complex system simulations, immersive lighting, and there's a whole load of stuff. We're going to be checking out this aircraft, as I said, later on. It's priced, available right now. You can pick it up on Flying Iron's website, and you're also going to get a free update for the 2024 version if you buy it now. Pick it up for 45 Australian dollars. That's about 27 euro or about 29 US dollars. Right? So yeah, great news from Flying Iron. They do make some beautiful aircraft, and they're always very nice to hand fly. Always with a bit of a challenge, but they're beautiful aircraft. So we continue on, and our news tonight, I forgot to mention, a massive shout out to Vashko with all the work he does over at msfsaddons.com. Do be sure to ramble over there and you get to see what I'm looking at. And of course then we have Callum and the lads at FS Elite, and again, it's just tons upon tons of great news articles to keep yourself up to date with the sim. Now, we all saw that iFly's 737 MAX 8 has released as a pre-release version, and there's nothing but 737 MAXs flying around the place now. The long-awaited iFly 737 MAX 8 for the sim has reached a wider audience. Following a brief period of exclusive access to content creators, the aircraft is now available to the general public. But there is a catch. iFly has labelled this version as pre-release, meaning early adopters should expect some potential issues and bugs whilst using the aircraft. The pre-release version is currently available through the iFly Manager, a dedicated application that users must install it to access the aircraft. It's very similar to what Phoenix do. It's available over on their website, and it marks a soft release of sorts, which iFly will use to test the purchasing system via the iFly Manager client. The aircraft is available. You can pick it up for $69.95. And if you previously owned the iFly 737 MAX 8 over on P3D version 5, well, you can get a 40% discount. I've flown this. I can't get enough of this airplane. I really, really like it. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about this 7.3. To me, it's one of the best airliner experiences you're just going to get. I don't know what it is about it. It's fantastic. And I'm really looking forward to flying it very, very soon. Now, news from some freeware. A freeware Grumman J2F Duck was released over in flightsim.to, and Fly and Dive introduced a new freeware add-on. The Grumman J2F Duck, the historical amphibious biplane, originally designed for FSX by Paul Dominique, has now been fully converted and upgraded for Microsoft Flight Simulator, and it's great. The Grumman Duck was a single-engine amphibious biplane served with the US military from the mid-1930s through to the Second World War. Designed for a wide range of roles, including reconnaissance, search and rescue, and utility transport, The Duck was unique in its ability to operate from both land and sea. Its rugged design is well suited for use in challenging environments, especially in maritime operations where its amphibious capabilities were crucial. The aircraft featured a crew of 2 or 3 and could carry a small number of passengers or cargo, often used to rescue downed pilots or stranded personnel in remote locations. It's a very beautiful looking design, this. Has anyone tried this? It's free, right? It was powered by a massive radial engine. The Duck had a decent speed and range for its size, and its versatility made it a valuable asset during the war. And it was used after the war as well. There's a lot of these in civilian use, especially up and around Canada, eh? The Grumman Duck now comes to Microsoft Flight Sim with 3 variants, the J2 F4, F5 and F6. It includes 15 liveries. Among the liveries is a special version inspired by the 1971 movie Murphy's War, right? Which features a unique model that replicates the aircraft as seen on screen. This highly detailed conversion features improved textures, enhanced flight dynamics, and updated sounds to bring the aircraft to life within the sim. So, it's available now. Ramble on over to flightsim.to. You can pick it up there. And it's just a beautiful, historic aircraft. It looks very well, doesn't it? We might take this for a jaunt next week. Oh yeah, Murphy's had a war. You know, just Murphy's War. Did you ever see Murphy's War? I was made watch it as a child. More wire, Louis. Right, moving on. Big radials. We remember big radials. Haven't heard from them in a while, but they've been busy. Hey, good money. These lads are working on a Lockheed Jetstar, and it's almost ready to rock, right? Bill Carson, thank you very much. The Lockheed Jetstar, interesting machine, this one. They've announced that the Lockheed L1329 Jetstar will be released into early access this week for the sim. The news comes via the developer's Discord channel with the detailed plans to release on both Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 and the 2024 version. What they're planning to do, they're going to have a discounted rate for 2020 and then there'll be an upgrade path to 2024. There will be a charge for 2024. So they're going to go a little bit cheaper if you want to fly it now, or maybe you hang on, you wait, and then you fly it a little bit later. Big radials acknowledge early access is not always the preferred path, but they reckon it's the most practical approach given the current dev situation. They still haven't got access. No one has got access to the SDK for 2024, so it kind of makes sense, you know. Big Radio stated that the flight model and interior of the Jetstar are already quite advanced, allowing for high-speed cruise at Mach 0.08 or 0.8 at 40,000 feet. However, the early access release will not fully feature a functional SIVA INS instrument. That'll be added kind of later. At launch, the INS will be labelled as INOP, but you can still get around it. You can fly with the GPS and that. The developer is committed to providing weekly or bi-weekly updates on the early access phase, and the full release expected to include additional native features for Flight Sim 2024 once the SDK becomes available. Big Radials are considering offering an upgrade path to those purchasing the 2020 version. Now, there's sounds in it. We'll have a quick listen here. See what you think. Now, certainly an interesting looking aircraft. The sounds aren't right. They're not fully there yet. They're at an acceptable level. That's what Big Radios are saying. If you look at this aircraft, very unique. I mean, you got your 4 engines. Elvis flew one of these. And, well, he didn't fly it. He was flown in it. So it's an Elvis machine, right? But anyway, what do we have here? Big Radios also indicated the price version will be higher than 2020's release. And yeah, they're going to be adding a whole load of features to it. So we'll probably check this aircraft out next week. Big Radials have done a lot of work on this. They're like 2 years at this. And it's exciting to see the project finally come to life. And it is a very beautiful, mad, weird looking aircraft. We wouldn't be very familiar with these over this side of the pond. I mean, this kind of era aircraft, our equivalent back then would have been from, you know, Vickers or who else were making them? Mainly Vickers. They were making those sort of jets, and then eventually, you know, Bombardier and all this sort of jazz, you know. But it's a very interesting jet. Lenny Brooks says, Murph, what download speed would you recommend for 2024? 100 if you have it, or more. But yeah, great news there from Great news there from Big Radials with more aircraft on the way. Now, we're going to be covering this tonight as well. John Oswald, welcome in. Thank you very much. You just found us yesterday. Jesus, and all as loud as I am, all right? You're very welcome in. Thank you so much. So yes, the ATR received a major update with new variants and key improvements. We are checking this out a little bit later on. The ATR 42 and 72 from Microsoft Simulator's Expert Series, originally launched in April 2023, has just received a major update, bringing significant enhancements. There's bug fixes, and also 2 new aircraft variants for us to enjoy. Since its debut, the regional turboprop has gained a strong following within the Microsoft Flight Sim community, who appreciate it for its versatility and realism. Resin, thank you very much indeed. The latest update, version 1.0.46, was released and introduces 2 exciting new variants. The ATR 42-600S, which is for short takeoff, and then the ATR 72-600F, a freighter version. The new variants expand the operational capabilities of the ATR, allowing us to tackle more challenging takeoffs and some cargo options. Additionally, the update has addressed several community-reported issues and introduces a series of important fixes and improvements, enhancing both the function and its realism. The VNAV improvements in particular, vertical navigation path following has been fine-tuned for higher precision, contributing to better autopilot behaviour. New runway threshold calculation is in. Flight director and IAS modes have been fixed. The freighter support has been added to your EFB, and it also now has improved fuel flow simulation, which is important because, well, the fuel flow was always a little bit weird, wasn't it? Who here flies the ATR, lads? Do you enjoy the ATR? Or is it an aircraft you're kind of saying, look, we better wait until the Devil is actually available in the sim? Do you know what I mean? We have a little video here to show us as we'll press some buttons and see what happens here, right? We'll do one of these. So a huge update for the ATR. Now the ATR in real life, lads, it's great crack, right? It's one of the few aircraft that, if you're built to kind of, you know, a human size, right? A human size, well, it's a one-way direction into the jacks. You can't turn around in there, right? So you need to be kind of sure what it is you're going to do before you're going to do it. Because if you get into the jacks and you realise, uh-oh, I'm facing the wrong way, you'll have to walk out backwards. Right. Now, I haven't flown the aircraft since they updated it. I would echo what MuseFan has said. You know, I like the ATR, but it's a lot like, or just wish it wasn't as buggy. Sometimes it seems great, and then sometimes you have issues. So I'm kind of in the same kind of boat. But yeah, it's we'll have to give it a bash and see what it's like. So we will be flying this shortly. The update is free. So if you already have the ATR, well, we already have the ATR. Well, you can grab it now through the InSim Content Manager, right? So let's see what happens there. Thank you for your flight sim guy. I only have the same buttons. You know, I have the same music for everything. But yeah, now over here to some news from FS Elite. Phoenix Simulations updated the A321. They gave us some new engines. Ooh, a couple of other updates as well. The most important change found in the update surrounds the choice of engines modelled on the recently released Airbus A321 product line. Initially, Phoenix modelled the CFM56 5B2 engines. However, as a result of customer feedback, they've now replaced the CFM with a more common CFM56 5B3. The biggest difference is an extra 2,000 pounds of thrust per engine, making it the most powerful engine fitted to any member of the A32X family, the CEO, right? While the A321's new engines were the highlight of the update, they also did a couple of avionics and systems update. They added an LVAR for whether jet pumps are installed, switched load sheets from using the SimBrief planned aircraft reg to the actual aircraft registration. They fixed the CF track, they fixed the MACD thrust reduction and accumulator values, or accelerator values, and they fixed certain characters braking. EFB added persistence of chart zoom, added the takeoff performance data for the new engines, added the ability to switch between CDU 1 and 2 in the web MacDo, added highlights to the mass and balance fields, and you can see just a plethora of little fixes and little updates. They also tweaked the flight and engine models, replaced the engines obviously, and attempted an auto rotation fix. Following the update, Phoenix released a hotfix later that day that fixed the contact points causing the 321 nose wheel to appear sunk in the ground, and a preventative fix to prevent low thrust output from the B3 engines in certain conditions. All right. Elf says the update still has bugs. Really? Jesus. Let's see what happens. The MacDo is like the Jacks. Yeah, the MacDo. It's gas, right? So the MCDU, people just thought that was like an Airbus creation. Well, it's not. The FMS MCDU is what Boeing use. Whatever the Collins, I think, built it. But Airbus, just to be Airbus, called it something different. They just went with MacDo. Interesting, right? But anyway, the Phoenix update is available now. Parallel 42. I didn't cover this properly last week. I need to show you. This video here is from Blue Games. Blue is awesome. I have a pair of his Jesus, I nearly dropped them. I have a pair of Blue glasses. These are highly sought after. And if Blue realise they're missing, well, we're in terrible trouble. However, Blue does call me 2-to-1Murphy. So I'm keeping the glasses, right? But anyway, Blue Games, super nice guy. And he has some amazing content. He made this video here. Do be sure to give Blue an L follow there. He's everywhere. He's everywhere. Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, the whole thing, right? But anyway, Blue got to show off this video because it was looking at Parallel 42's newest immersion pack for the 737s. And he has this with the iFly 737 MAX 8, right? Which is beautiful. So some of the effects that Blue goes into here. Now, I'm not sure if you guys have already seen this stuff, but the effects that Parallel 42's immersion packs do, we might say, well, they should be default at this stage, but they just added the stuff that we want. Do you know what I mean? Let's have an owl.
We're gonna have to put our headphones on for that a bit. But you saw the that's kind of what an engine looks like whenever it's a cold day and it's
have a look at this.
What
look.
I'll show you though is whenever you put thrust in.
2-to-1Murphy Blue. I should really call you Blug. No, he wouldn't like that. Blug. Look at this. Look at the effects here. Isn't that only class looking? Right? That's what Parallel 42's immersion packs do. They're just brilliant. It's gas. It's only when you kind of have them you realise, Jesus, I should have had these. You know what I mean? And there's more than that. You know, they have all the what do they call it? They have their own contrails. They have their own vapor. They have the Elmo lightning fire thingamajig. Also all the water effects, the ground effects. There's tire marks on the runway. They have that cloud transition. It's properly done. It's not just, you know, fog and then it's clear. You can actually see the particles of the clouds kind of, you know, in and out. And like even that, I mean, look at the detail there, look. You know, there's exhaust from the engines. It's done very, very well. This is off in Parallel 42. It's the immersion pack for the 737 and it works with the iFly 737 MAX. Do you know, Gibbo Ireland is here. How are you, Gibbo? Good to see you, man. So yeah, and like even from the wings, like you're going to see kind of where the vapor locks appear, all the vortex lines. It's just done really, really cool. And when you're breaking through the clouds, it's friggin' awesome looking. Do you know? So there is a video there from Blue Games. It's done very, very well. And it's just showcasing the immersion pack that's now available for iFly 737 MAX. How much FPS hit are the immersion packs? Well, here's the thing. With the immersion packs, because they run through SimFX, you can put it in a dynamic mode where it will lower the effects in order to maintain your FPS. So it's kind of like an FPS lossless scaling sort of thing, right? It's built into the software, which is handy. Very, very handy. So that's available now. And the 737 immersion will be updated free of charge if you have it, because they've added in the few bits for the MAX 8. And you can pick up the immersion pack from Parallel 42, currently priced at €17.95. Not too bad at all. So for $20, give or take. All right. So great news there. Now staying with Parallel 42, I hope I pronounced Ed's name right. I think it's Ed Correa. He's joined Parallel 42 as head of operations. Ed has been with Orbex for years, right? So he brings a very long amount of service from Orbex and the experience from Orbex into Parallel 42. And this is interesting because, well, Parallel 42, of course, acquisitioned the the man, myth, and legend himself, Jeppesen 2001.
Hello
Right?
there.
He's that but a midget. He's about 7 feet tall. But now they have Ed on board for their operations, which is interesting. So we now have two Eds, Ed, and then Kevin. But it's interesting to see what Parallel 42 are doing. As I said, Ed is going to bring a whole load of experience with him from all the work that has been done at Orbex. So an operations manager role, that'll be kind of running the day-to-day stuff and managing projects and all this sort of jazz. So it looks like Parallel 42, they're really gearing up for next year by, putting in key people in various roles. Right? And then we got Kevin, yeah. But you see, Kevin's taller than everyone, so it's okay. Yeah, is Kevin taller than Jeppesen? I think he is. But it's great news. It's going to be interesting to see what direction Ed's impact will have with Parallel 42. We know the Parallel 42 have a bit of a mountain to climb when we're looking at what Flight Sim 2024 offers out of the box. But we all saw what 2020 offered out of the box, and Parallel 42 exploded onto the scene because they found the gaps, they found the opportunities, and that's what they've done. And this is going to make things very interesting. I'm expecting great things from Parallel 42 for Flight Sim 2024. Also, we spoke about this briefly last week from Edson. Remember we were talking about Rex Atmos, and it was a bit of an issue if you were to share your profile, be it the weather or the environment or whatever on Rex Atmos. Well, they could share your personal details, namely your real world name or your email address. Well, the good news is they have listened. Rex have listened and they have made the sufficient changes, and that is no longer an issue. So well done. Give yourself a pat on the back, single hand, or the advanced version, give your pat back. And yes, great news there. And Rex said, yeah, okay, we messed up, let's fix that. And they fixed it. So Edson kind of raised he let us know about it, and then you guys obviously got on to Rex, and now it's sorted. So great stuff. But yeah, great news for Parallel 42, and the team is expanding. It's a great news story, isn't it? Now, here's one for you. Salty Simulations. Remember them? Remember Salties? Alpha Mike, thank you very much. Salty Simulations have teased the long-awaited EFB for their upcoming 747-8 mod. Ooh. After a long period of silence, Salty Simulations have recently reignited interest in their popular Boeing 747-8 mod. They were showcasing images of their upcoming EFB. The team, known for enhancing the default 747 in the sim, shared a series of teaser images through their Facebook page, hinting that the EFB release just might be on the horizon. So, the news comes after a significant development hiatus, with the last major update all the way back in April of last year. What we can see, it has SimBrief integration, file reading capabilities, METAR and weather information, and various other settings and tools, which should greatly improve pre-flight and the in-flight management of the 747-8. We can also see a sleek interface with options for display brightness and live weather information, kind of in an iPad-ish kind of a styled layout, right? This is not the first time an EFB has been teased, however. Over a year and a half ago, Salty Simulations hinted at the development of this feature, but it never materialised. I love this with the charts look. That's really handy. And lads, to have this in the default 747, which has received the AAU update, this is really bringing the 747-8 up to speed. Do you know? When I say 747-8, it's the 747-800 series, not the -8 by de Havilland. That'd just be weird, right? But anyway, great news here from Salty. We just don't have a release date just yet. But anyone who has, anyone who enjoys flying the 747, well, keep an eye out there. Pretty handy, right? Pretty handy. See Fox, brilliant. Now, iFly schedules. Here's something else. They let you create real-world airline flight schedules for the sim. What? iFly Sim X have released a new tool aimed at helping simmers generate and manage realistic airline flight schedules. It's called iFly Schedules. That could be an interesting name. It's a web-based platform that provides simmers with the ability to plan flights based on real-world routes, offering a more immersive and organised experience. The schedule enables users to generate flight schedules by selecting airlines, the aircraft type, flight lengths, and specific airports. With a user-friendly interface, the tool promises to help simmers replicate typical airline operations on their flight sim of choice. Although the platform currently operates on static flight data, the developer has been very active in implementing new airlines and features, continuing to improve the overall experience. The core capability of this, it's a flight schedule generator, which allows users to create realistic schedules tailored to their preferences. You can do airline selection from anything like British Airways, Delta, Lufthansa, the aircraft type, the flight length, and also the trip type and the number of legs. So those who prefer even more control, the tool offers an ability to search by departure and arrival, ICAO codes, providing a more focused flight selection. Future updates, still in early stages of development with frequent updates planned to refine the platform, but it's already very useful. Things are only going to improve, and Clement, the tool's creator, has several plans for the future, such as the implementation of a profile system. This will allow users to save their flight schedules to a personal profile, which will make it accessible across multiple devices. It'll integrate with SimBrief, VAs, and flight sim networks. One of the motivations behind it, the developers' desire to streamline scheduling for virtual airlines and other flight sim networks such as VATSIM. Nice. It's a very cool and new tool for flight simmers looking for a more structured and realistic flight experience. While still in the early stages, the platform already offers a solid foundation for generating real-world flight schedules with a high level of customization. And it's free. Ooh, this is all for free. So iFlight Schedules, I'll put in the link there if you want to have a gawk of it. And I'll pop it there into the chat. Here be the link if you want to have a look. So great stuff there from iFlyX. Now, PESM. That's not how you say it, but it's Pro something Sim. Pilot Experience Sim. There we go. They've announced Charles de Gaulle Airport for the Sim, alongside some major updates for Biarritz and also the MAL M7. So Pilot Experience Sim, they've had quite the week with several major announcements. Among the most exciting is the announcement that they're working on Charles de Gaulle Airport, Lima Fox Papa Golf for Microsoft Flight Sim. It marks the first detailed customer edition of one of Europe's busiest airports in the Sim. How has this not happened? How? Right. Anyway, a long requested gap by the community, indeed. In addition, they also released Biarritz Airport version 2. We saw that last week, alongside an update for the MAL M7. So Biarritz, located in the French Basque region, popular add-on for simmers since its release. Version 2 now overhauled the scenery, bringing it to 2024 standards. All new assets, terminal buildings, all the jazz. Where's this now? We head down the road. The MAL updated the rudder effectiveness and tire PBR textures, compatibility with on-air, and they fixed a couple of liveries and added some new ones. The MAL M7. Never really got massive time in that, do you know? Charles de Gaulle. Although details are scarce, the announcement that they are working on a custom edition of Charles de Gaulle for Microsoft Flight Sim is particularly noteworthy. It is one of the busiest airports in Europe. Charles de Gaulle have been notably absent from the lineup of highly detailed airport add-ons. We have the other ones, right? We have the two other Paris airports, but how Charles de Gaulle didn't get in there, we just don't know. No news on a release date, and once we find out more, we'll let you know. But exciting news, lads. Exciting news. Now, VATSIM events. What's happening this weekend? Well, friends, Cross the Pond is doing a thing this Saturday. So, Cross the Pond 2024 eastbound. This is kicking off on Saturday. Departing, of course, over on the west-hand side from North America or South America. And then they're going to be rambling over to Europe. Brilliant. Brilliant. Unfortunately, the Out Irish, we don't get a mention in this. But it's happening on Saturday. And kickoff, I think, is 0900, and it'll run for pretty much all day. All day, right? Now, let me see. Kier Sausage says, just got here. I was wondering if anyone might know, if I wanted to use both 2020 and 2024, can I use the same community folders with add-ons for both Sims? I think, yes, it is possible. However, you're going to have to do some sort of a junction, a hard link junction, or an add-on like MSFS add-on linker, and that'll pull your add-ons from the same folder. I think that might work. They kind of said no, it shouldn't. I have a feeling it will work, right? But yeah, Cross the Pond is on this weekend. Great news there. Now, friends, over to Firefly Air. This is our virtual airline. This is all for free, by the way. It's free to join, it's free to fly, and we're not terribly too serious, although sometimes we really aren't. any bit of flying you do generates experience points, and that could be for yourself or it could be for the airline itself. And every time the airline hits a specific milestone, we target 3 million experience points. Well, it's time to go off and open up a brand new hub, and the hub will have that's going to open now. The hub will have company routes and flights and all the devil knows what. So, fresh off the printing press, thanks to 6 Knots, the brand new hub for Firefly Air is that of Singapore. Whiskey, Sierra, 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 a brand new hub. It oversees almost 400,000 flights every year. It was a pioneer of the modern day aerobridge. Its airport complex houses the world's largest slide and the world's largest indoor waterfall, no less. You can swim, watch a movie and visit theme parks at the airport complex. Changi Airport serves more than 100 airlines flying to over 400 cities around the world to 100 countries. It handles over 70 million passengers and 2 million tons of cargo. Has 6 runways and 4 terminals. And you can make yourself...
I put the car in swinger, baby.
Things are happening at a rate of knots that I don't know what is happening. Someone press the button! Jesus! The Singapore sling, for those of you who likes to, celebrate the thing. I can't see me screen. Any bells? Look at the dead! Jesus! Sit up now, lads. Sit up straight. Right? Stomach in, chest out. Right. Welcome in. Thank you very much indeed. Any bills is mad, lads. They just gifted 50 tier 1 subs, like. God almighty. Thank you very, very much indeed. Welcome in, Any Bills. Lads, if you just got a tier 1 sub, half the parish got one. If you just got a tier 1 sub from Any Bills, well, do be sure to say thank you. It's very kind of you, lads. I give you a free G for Singapore. A free G? Who? A free G? Any Bills. That's incredible. Oh my God, thank you very, very much indeed, lads. God almighty. That's nuts. Thank you very, very much. Our brand new hub, it is that of Singapore, lads. There will be a ton of more information coming soon over the next few days from the Firefly Air admin team. There's going to be company routes, there's going to be missions, there's going to be a whole load of stuff. So amazing stuff. Big shout out to Kieran 6 Knots for all the work. Viper Strike, instrumental in helping us with all the information about the new regions. Thank you very much indeed, Viper Strike. And well, to everyone at Firefly Air, I mean, this is our 10th hub. Is it our 10th hub? And well, we continue to open more and more and more. It's absolutely incredible. So thank you all so very, very much indeed. Now, speaking of incredible, Any Bills. Look at that for time, and you swear it was planned. So what we have here is the kind of weekly updates that we get from Any Bills through, the newsletter. It comes through your email. And if you want to sign up to it because, well, they're letting you know when there's good deals happening. Not just news about what Any Bills are working on or what their partners are working on, but they'll actually tell you, hey, you can actually save yourself a few bob here. So, Any Bills, and I kind of like this, Any Bills didn't make the 737 MAX. They're not part of the project. But as flight sim enthusiasts, just like ourselves, well, they're here to celebrate it. And in doing so, they are celebrating the release, or the pre-release, if you like, of iFly's 737 MAX. They're offering some awesome discounts of up to 50% across partner vendors and Any Bills sceneries. Now's your chance to grab some great additional sceneries to enhance your flights with the new aircraft at some unbeatable prices. Right? Murphy is now in his rightful place in the Skoda League. Yes! That was my plan all along. Brilliant. Over 200 airports are on sale. $12.59 for London. BIKF, that's in Iceland, isn't it? Look, LAX, an amazing, that's Any Bills LAX, an amazing scenery, $13.99, and so on and so on. Dallas Love Field, 25% off, 30% off Newark, 35% off Jacksonville, and many, many more. You want to make sure, lads, just go over to the Any Bills website. You can sign up to their newsletter there. They will keep you up to date with their own development, their partners' development. But if you're looking for, you're looking for the value and you're looking for the deals, Any Bills will email you when there's stuff on sale. And like, it's grand, right? If you're in the market to buy something, or maybe you've just picked up iFly's 737 and you're thinking, where's a good place to fly this? Well, LAX is one of them, right? So do be sure to grab that. So massive shout out to Any Bills and the mad support here in the chat. They're nuts. Thank you very, very much. Joey Bolo was here. Good to see you. And yeah, so if you have a look at the leagues here now, right? The Firefly Air XP leagues. It's all been updated. And yes, we have all the Sean's Premiership, the Dirty Dozen, the Field of Dreams, Motley Crue, Road to Glory, and now, friends, the Skoda League, the Skoda Conference. So I believe I have now landed in there. Now, we were only chatting, like, we're very aware of what's going on. When it comes to how things are happening with LRM, we know a lot of people are having issues with it. We're trying to figure out what we're going to do, how we're going to make the thing better. There are currently 2 versions of LRM. We can use a SimConnect, which is still kind of early access, or we can use FSU IPC. The problem is, depending, you could have an issue with one, none, or both. So we're trying to figure it out. So just be aware, we are trying to figure all of that out. All right. Brilliant. Right, friends. What we're going to do now, we're going to have a listen, more importantly, to the brand new Echo19 sound pack, which is here for the FA-18. And we'll be having a chat with Echo19 here shortly. But I want to just jump in and, you know, let us know what the crack is, right? SLH Sim Design says, Murph, I have a new one if you don't mind. Wait, a link doesn't work. Can you DM me? If you drop us an LDM on Discord, we'll be able to get that sorted, right? Blair Man, thank you very much indeed for the follow. You're very welcome aboard. So what we have here with the sound pack, we were chatting to Echo19 about it, but it's staggering, this one, right? So what we have, it's the first standalone audio add-on for the sim from the developer. It's the FA-18 Hornet, Super Hornet Precision Audio Pack. The sound upgrade overhauls the F-18 and also the freeware F-18s, right? Cannot use FSU IPC anymore. You're getting stutter problems? Yeah. These have been recorded live from a real F-18 Super Hornet. So the sound has been recorded from the real aircraft. This is exciting. This may be Echo19's first add-on under their own name, but the developer has a long and storied history in crafting some custom soundscapes for not only Microsoft Flight Sim, but also with DCS. They have collaborated with the likes of India Foxed Echo, Top Max Studios, and Shrike. The new audio pack is set to enhance the soundscape of Asobo's F-18, promising a much more immersive and authentic experience. Jeff Faviano showed this thing off the other day, and I was completely blown away by it. So we're going to have a listen. They've included engine sounds, APU sounds, cockpit sounds, Betty, you know the call-outs, pull up, Owl Betty, right? Air turbulence effects, dynamic throttle transitions, flyby effects, and there's even multiplayer compatibility. With some limitations, but it's there. It's also designed to work with the popular F-18 F and G freeware models. I think Colonel Fork and Jay Winokur said, yeah, they were working great. And we also have 2 brand new liveries, thanks to Echo19. But you know what I'm like, we've gone with we've gone with our livery because, well, that's what we do here. But there are 2 beautiful liveries now included. So the F-18 from Asobo, this was, you know, it was the 40th anniversary, and then it really got some attention when you know, the Maverick DLC came into the fray. There are a number of freeware mods that really can enhance this aircraft, right? But it is beautiful. The livery we're looking at here, this is the handiwork of our very own Kanzui, and it's there for Firefly Air, just for a bit of laugh. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it's the Ireland invented, of course, F-18s, and well, we didn't need ours, so we gave them to all the other nations in the world who fly them, right? That's the plan. So what we're going to do here for this demonstration, it's not necessarily showcasing the aircraft. This is all about the sounds. And I got to tell you, you will be blown away, right? So, into the cockpit we go. Hello, cockpit. And, well, we're going to mind your ears, right? Mind your ears. And we're going to press some buttons. Now, let me see. N Blue, thank you very much indeed for the follow. So, battery. I'll even disappear me face for this. It's all about the sounds. Otherwise, I'll just be doing this. Right. Does anyone know how to fly this thing? Okay, that's all looking grand here. So we shall start off with the APU. Let's go outside. That's just the APU, right? I'll put my face back on Echo19, no bother. It's all labeled, you figured it out. Yeah. So APU is now up and running. What else we need to do here now? Let's have a look. Racing lights. Come down here, we turn on those lights. Why aren't they moving? Did I break them? Right now? Click spot Smurf, you can do it. Okay, we'll turn them on later on. External tanks, no. None of these, no. So it's going to be engine, right? So let's have a quick look here before we go. I haven't flown this machine in ages. Okay, so we're going to go for a start on the left, and then we'll go on to the right. Are we ready? So throttle is in the off, fuel off, grand. Let's have a listen, friends. Left, Murph, left. Wait for it. RPM is coming up.
Hello there.
It's the sounds, right?
Oh, Jesus.
Jesus! Isn't that absolutely incredible? Right, let's go right side. The APU should kick off itself, shouldn't it? Right side coming alive. The sounds are incredible, lads. Isn't that only beautiful? Right, let's have a look here now. I don't think I can turn on those.
Oh, Jesus.
Generators are on. APU shall crank off itself, which it has. Landing light can come on. Anti-skid is already on. And let's just go. It'll be grand, right? So, let's have a now listen here. Brakes off. Add in a small bit of power. Bloody hell, do you hear those sounds? Oh wait, how do we turn on nose wheel steering? Balls. Don't panic. I'll figure this out, lads. No. How do we... There we go. Listen to the sounds, right? Like, they are beautiful sounds, aren't they? Now, have I got a button control to afterburner? Let's check this one out, sports fans. Search by input. What does this one do? It doesn't do anything. Balls. Hang on, we need to fix that. What are you now? You're a right warbird stick. 21. What's my afterburner? After. No, not A. Stupid thing. No, Jim. Hang on. No. Right. After. Toggle afterburner. I need to find a button for this, lads. What'll work here now? I suppose this one. You're trying to assign an action to a device that is not selected. Huh? You're trying to assign an action to a device that is not selected. Grand. Right, so this is the... Oh, it's not the right stick, it's the pendular. There we go. So toggle afterburner. There we go. That's not the... Jesus, Murphy. There it is, I found it, lads. Don't panic. Oh, wait, hang on. Cancel that. Cancel. Right, toggle afterburner is number 8. Where is number 8? Jesus, we'll be all night trying to find this. Let's give it a new one. Right. Apply and save and go back. Right. Let us ramble out to the active. Some flaps here. Oof. And this is all about the sounds we're after, right? Don't mind us blatantly taxiing across Shannon. They don't mind, we rang ahead, right? The sounds are incredible. Oh, that's amazing. That initial hum. Yeah, don't mind me for a second. We nearly went off the runway, but it's grand. We were just making sure the grass is dry. Right, let's see how this sounds, right?
Oh, Jesus.
Right. Are we ready? This should be interesting.
Hang on to your hats, boy.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
There's full power, and let's go afterburner. Oopsie daisy. $300 knots out of nowhere. Isn't that incredible? That's just incredible. Hang on. Mind your ears on this one now, lads. This is going to be absolutely friggin' insane, right? Have a listen. Nice. Right? We'll do another one now. This time we'll go for like a lot more power, right? So let's see what we can do here. What's our speed? 194? Right, punch it. Afterburners. We'll jump ahead and we'll have a now listen, right? And mind your ears, because this will get loud. That's amazing sounds. That's amazing sounds. Now what's the speed like now? Ease off. Off another bit. It's just incredible. The roars of it. Jesus! That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Right, calm it all down before we break the sound barrier. Isn't that amazing? Isn't it amazing to listen to, like, this is how far we've come when it comes to, like, sounds in the sim. It's just incredible, lads. And even the interior sounds, like, so much better. I'm nearly out of fuel. I say we are out of fuel. RPM. Isn't it amazing? Oh, Jesus.
This baby hits 88 miles per hour. You're gonna see some serious shit.
This is savage. I play with this all night.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
It's incredible, lads. It really is absolutely incredible. What do we think? Isn't it amazing? Someone down there is now awake. Have a listen to this. Mind your ears though. Jesus, did you hear that?
Jesus.
Isn't it amazing? Isn't it amazing what a set of sounds can do to absolutely transform an aircraft? This is going to be nuts. Absolutely nuts. Oh, so much fun, lads. So what we need to do here, we actually need to bring in the dude who made this, because I mean, how does one even make this, right? The sounds are absolutely incredible. The quality of them are just right. And this is an add-on you can pick up right now. And
Jesus.
well, sure, we'll ask a couple of questions about compatibility and all the jazz. So we'll start this, go back onto the ground, because even the startup sounds are absolutely incredible, right? Me trying to land that, are you mad? So hang on, we jump over here now to our Discord. Let's have a look. Is this? And while we're waiting, I did get a message here as well from SLH Simulations. And 10 Caribbean Airports Bundle 1. There's a sale on right now. Let's have a look. For all the Caribbean airports, we'll share some news with you. There's a bundle for just €30. They're valued at 85 quid. So you're saving 30% if you jump into these. Do you know what I mean? So the Caribbean airports are all available there. And all the ICAO codes. I'll give you a link to this if you're interested in picking up some Caribbean airports. Link has gone into the chat from Sim Designs, SLH Sim Designs. And well, great stuff. Huge value there. €30 for all the airports. They're valued at $127. You can pick them up now for just 85. You're saving 30%. And you can get 10 airports here for 30. Get all 10 valued for 85. Hey, that doesn't seem right, because it says 30. Is it 85? But anyway, have a look at the website there. You'll see what the crack is. But yeah, this thing, as I said, I was listening to, or I watched Jeff's video on it, and he was doing airshow stuff. And I was like, that's not Microsoft Flight Sim, that's DCS, sure. It was Microsoft Flight Sim, and I was absolutely blown away by what he was able to do. Especially with the camera work, it was friggin' awesome. But the sounds, listening to the aircraft and its sounds, nothing short of spectacular. And even the APU firing up, it's just beautiful. Do you know what I mean? Even the APU. It's just incredible. Do you know? Many hours, yeah, with lots of coffee and WIs, right? Ah, Jeff is here! Ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Faviano in the chat. Good to see you, man. Jeff, I loved your video. Bloody hell. It was amazing, man. Right, so we'll do one of these. Park that there, ooh, like that. Bring down the sounds, and now I'm going to press some buttons. This will either be great or terrible, but you know me. Buttons have been pressed now. This could work, it may not. Right. Hey, good to see you, man. Or good to hear you.
Hey, yeah, you can hear me. Can you see me? Probably not yet.
No, if you turn on your camera, we'll see you. Oh, wait, things are happening. Brilliant. Oh, look at this. Hang on now, we'll get you on the stream.
Things are happening.
How does this button work now? Just bear with me now. Bear with me. Oh, Jesus, yeah.
That's me almost every day. What does this button do?
It's just, right, this is live editing now, but don't worry about it. You just sit there now and pretend everything is well in the realm, right? And with my expert, extreme fast editing, we won't even know. Oh, hang on, that's not right. Hang on. Oh Jesus! Hang on. We're doing it live. It's grand. We're doing it
Oh
live.
my god, that's like my favorite thing, Murph, is you saying, "Oh Jesus."
Right, it happens every day. Every day. Echo19, Tyler, good to see you, man. And like,
Jesus.
the sounds on this thing, like we've heard your work before on other aircraft, the F-35, and like I remember seeing the trailer for that. I was like, bloody hell, these are real sounds. But this is your first standalone product. What? How? Right? I mean, how did you before you even tell me, you know, the technical side? How did you actually get into this? These type of add-ons.
Yeah, so we started out in DCS. Well, actually, you know, I actually started doing sound mods and stuff way back in the Arma 3 days.
Okay.
So Arma 3, Arma 2, just kind of getting into it. And
Jesus.
my inspiration was like, man, these fighter jets, like, they sound powerful in real life, right? You go to plenty of air shows, and ever since I was little, I've just been so like bummed out, really, like, man, these do not sound like actual fighter jets. So that's been my inspiration, you know, ever since Arma 2, like Operation Arrowhead days. And just steadily growing through DCS, and then eventually working into Microsoft Flight Simulator, just saw a huge opportunity, especially with the Super Hornet. But even before that, man, just really wanting to, you know, bring that unique experience. Like, we did it with DCS, and there's some limitations with what we can do as like just modders, you know, especially with how locked down those sounds are. But in Microsoft Flight Simulator, we're really like, we still do have some limitations because nothing's perfect, and we don't have the tools to change a lot of like the way that the game handles the sound. But we do have a lot more creative liberty, and I feel like we've been able to unlock and unleash that with the Super Hornet, and especially, you know, with the India Fox Echo, the F-35 update, and the Tornado, the F-14, which is coming out. I think it's already available. I'm not quite sure. I know that there's some things with that, but you know, every sound package we create, whether it's, you know, fighter jets or general aviation, things get better and smoother. So yeah, definitely really happy to be a part of this awesome community. It's growing, and also just really happy to be here and being able to show off our work. So thanks for having me.
Not at all, dude. It's great. It's great. Before we know it, we'll have Jeff Fabiano with an Irish accent, right? Look at the cut of them. But it was
yeah, absolutely.
When I watched Jeff's video, I mean, like, it's so you know, it was Orbex who first reached out to me to say, "Hey, Murph, you want to have a look at this?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I say, "Oh, Echo19, yeah, we know the name." And then I saw Jeff's video on it, and I was like, that's DCS. I mean, it has to be, because DCS always had that kind of edge on some aircraft sounds. I mean, they were just, they're the sort of sounds like in the real world. You hear these aircraft, not necessarily by your ears, you feel it in your chest. You can feel that kind of, whoa, it's really kind of strong and pounding sound. I'm watching Jeff's videos like, that's DCS. And then when I saw it was Microsoft Flight Sim, I was like, holy moly. So, your sounds that you've recorded, apart from the coding to get working with, like the RWIs, I mean, that's the codec, I suppose. But how did you come to this? I mean, was this like, you know, pack up your troubles, go to an airfield and say, hey, I need to record this? Like, or was it, you know, you just kind of stood beside it with a very handy phone? Don't look at me, lads. There's nothing happening here, but you're recording everything. What was the whole process like?
Yeah. So it's been absolutely incredible. So there is, so first of all, I'm in Battle Creek, Michigan here in the States, and we actually have a really rock solid air show right here in my hometown. And through the years, I've just gotten to know the air show administrators, you know, the managers, organizers. And this past year, I actually had the opportunity to get a exclusive like media access, you know, with like some of the photographers and videographers I know. And one of the gentlemen, we actually posted a link to it on our Discord, but his name is Marvin, and he created a short documentary on the East Coast Rhino demo team. And so, you know, leveraging that connection, I was able to, you know, meet and actually talk with the Rhino demo team guys, the Super Hornet demo team. And he was basically like, yeah, anything you want to record, man, like, just, you know, obviously we went over safety measures and stuff like that, and I've recorded enough like jets and airplanes in general to understand, you know, the safety boundaries and things like that. But they were just like, honestly, the coolest, you know, bunch of guys, like just typical like Top Gun Navy, you know, the movies, like just a bunch of like really cool guys. And they were like, yeah, whatever you need to record, man, just here's our crew chief. I connected with their crew chief for the demo team, and just basically got to hang out next to the airplane for, you know, 3 days.
Wow.
And recorded flybys, startup, you know, they gave us like exclusive GoPro footage from the cockpit, which enabled us to get a lot of the sounds that you hear. It's just absolutely an incredible opportunity. And you know, we also got a lot of other stuff too, like the Thunderbirds. We got close to them, the F-35 team, and yeah, a bunch of other like really cool performers. So that's how I got access to that. And then, you know, we also have some connections because we've also recorded the C-17 and a couple of other like, you know, higher tier military aircraft with the Department of Defense. And so I was able to leverage some connections there. It's just all sorts of like, you know, you meet people, you get good at social networking and connecting with people, talking with people who know people. You know, it's not necessarily what you know in our industry, it's who you know.
I've been saying it for years, and I can only imagine, like, you know, it was all Top Gun with the pilot. So I imagine after your third day of recording, right, lads, take your shirts off. We're going to play volleyball. You know, I mean, that's what happens. Right? So you mentioned there it was 3 days, and is that kind of like 3 full-on days? Like the data in which you have to capture, that's only a small portion of what it is you need to do. I mean, you've got to now come back, bring it into your studio, and start getting very technical with this. I mean, you've got to normalize it. You got to get the levels right. You have to probably take out some of the bass or add some bass. What's that whole?
You got to add the bass, never reduce the bass. No.
So, like, what's that process like for you? I mean, is it a one-man show? Do you have lots of people working with you? How does that work?
Yeah, so it's definitely not a one-man show. I'm definitely the guy who is doing, you know, I like to say 90% of the recording. Like, I do all the editing, stuff like that. But, you know, I just want to give credit real quick. Shout out to all of the quality assurance guys in my team. Like, they're an amazing group of guys. They're all volunteers. They love doing it, helping out, and they help do quality checks. Like, they're just a bunch of aviation nerds like myself, and very, very particular, like, will like hound me about the smallest little detail. We have this guy in our Discord. We call him the howl expert because he just loves to nitpick like the little howling sounds in the airplanes, like the F-22, like the blue note, and the way that this Super Hornet sounds when you throttle it up, like that howl, like those kinds of details that these guys really help me iron out. So I have them, and then we have a couple of Discord moderators, but you know, for the most part, it's just me right now, and you know, just really hashing it out.
That's incredible.
But as far as the actual process goes, I'll try to keep it kind of shorter, like Cliff Notes version. But yeah, essentially they're not 3 like full 8-hour days. Obviously, the demonstration is only like a half hour, you know. So we get about a half hour with the aircraft, you know, launch or like prep, launch, and then recovery. And then at the end of the show, came back, went through all my stuff, and obviously not all of it was usable, but most of it was, fortunately. It's just kind of like taking pictures. You know, you don't use every single picture you take. You know, it's you pick and choose which one's the best. So in our case, I came back with 52 edited flyby sounds. So it's like approach, like the transitions as it kind of flies by you, and then like how it sounds out in the distance, like everything combined. It was like, just for the flyby sounds and like the ambient sounds as you're flying around, over 52 independent sounds went into that. And I know for some people that might not sound like super impressive, but most airplanes have none.
That's
especially in flight simulators. So
that's absolutely nuts. And speaking of 50, a fellow Michiganian, Colonel Fork is here for 50 friggin' 1 months, dude. Great to see you. Colonel Fork is up your neck of the woods as well. Kalamazoo direction, I think. But so like,
what's up, Fork?
Like, what happens when you have all these sounds, right? Like, in terms of building things, so like, I'd be familiar with, like, you know, Adobe Premiere, and as in, you know, it's like ticker tape. All right, drop your sounds in, and you know, they can run. And you know, the sim will kind of, is it LVARs? Is it giving you like a data point to say this is when this sound should play? Because your sounds are so fluid and they transition into each other. Some aircraft sounds, we've all heard them, they're quite abrupt, as in they'll immediately stop this sound file and then they'll jump back into something else, or you can hear the loop. They haven't actually got the frequency right, and you can actually hear that returning loop. We haven't got that with your aircraft. So, I mean, I know you speak about QA, but that's got to be a lot of work on you, right?
Yeah, it is. It's honestly one of the most painstaking parts. And you know, our projects aren't perfect. Like you after listening to the Super Hornet so many times, you'll probably pick up on some looping, but it's a little inevitable with the way that, you know, we want to pursue like these flyby sounds as authentic as possible, and some of the technology just isn't there yet to produce it dynamically. But yeah, so for the transitions and loops and getting things to play, like that's all us. Like we didn't reuse any, like there was like very little like XML, like the actual coding side to get the sounds to trigger. There's very little that we ended up reusing on that side. Everything on the sound side is like 100% redone. So nothing was like reused. It's all our stuff that I recorded. Even some of the other guys, I think some of their work is in it from our team. But yeah, getting the sounds to play, like nobody's ever done this in flight sim before. And the only thing that comes close is DCS. But even that, you know, the way that they program the sounds, Eagle Dynamics, is very, it's like not customizable. You have to program everything from scratch, and like you have to really know what you're doing in order to program that stuff. So
yeah,
to be able to do all of this in Wise natively, the sound engine is a huge leap. And this project for us really is like a milestone for our projects, especially ones that, you know, if we get, for example, like the F-22 or like future fighter projects, like the F-16, hopefully we'll be working with India Fox Deco on that one. But this really does set a new standard for us as far as like fighter and military aircraft. But our level of excellence goes beyond that too. So
I said it during flying it. It's amazing what a sound set can do to transform, let's be fair, a relatively light experience with an F-18. I mean, the default Asoba one, it looks beautiful, but in terms of like the system's depth perhaps and the flight characteristics, it's relatively light, right? It's not like heavily simulated. But you throw in a sound set, it changes that completely, because as simmers, it's one of the most important things, the sound. We need to have immersive sound. And you've managed to absolutely nail that. Which is great to see, but it's also very exciting about some of the other projects this will now encourage you to work towards. I mean, look, the elephant in the room is how should this work with the upcoming 2024? I mean, you've mentioned you've had to do a lot of custom stuff. To my knowledge, there's no changes with the sound engine, so that's hopefully good. But what are your thoughts on that? I mean, are you looking at a bit of an uphill transition to 2024, or this should be good?
No, there is going to be a little bit of work, obviously. So I am in touch with Microsoft, because we are the audio guy for Microsoft, and he shared with me some information that is like really helpful for our transition, just super for the sake of the C-17, because you know that was our big project in Flight Sim 24, and so it kind of has given me a little bit of insight, and it shouldn't be too terribly difficult to convert, because they really didn't do a ton of changes to the audio engine from my understanding. But with the alpha, the way that the aircraft were set up, they were set up to stream. Yeah. And so I couldn't get our sounds to work just in the alpha, but it's way too early for me to tell how difficult it's going to be. I have been told that everything should work out of the box, but there might be some work to do, obviously. So I've been telling people to give me a week or two with the new sim just to make sure everything is, you know, ship shape. And then we'll really be able to, after that, start leveraging some of the new advantages with the new sim. So I'm looking forward to it.
So tell me, this project, I mean, the F-18 project, from a timeline perspective, start to finish, from you having the idea saying, hey, wouldn't this be cool, getting all your contacts in place, you know, maybe going out and doing a recce on the area and testing out sound recording equipment, because I imagine that's a challenge as well. It's not only getting the right equipment, but then you have to set it up correctly. I mean, roughly, this project to give us these sounds, roughly how long does that take?
Oh man, I've been gathering Super Hornet sounds for 2 years.
Wow.
But realistically, if I didn't have the other sounds to go into this package, it would have taken at least 6 months, 6 to 8 months to put this together.
That's incredible. And like, as a flight simmer, like, you know, as a consumer, I'd be like, yeah, sound pack, it's nice, but like, there's 6 to 8 months of non-stop work gone into this project. It's quite amazing.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep, it's definitely, I like to call it, it's a passion. You know, it's something that, you know, you find that one thing that you really love to do. And for me, like the Super Hornet's one of my all-time favorite military aircraft. We get to see it almost every single year here at the air show. So I'm like, after hearing the default sounds that Asobo did, I was like, man, I really need to upgrade this thing so people can actually hear and feel what this thing sounds like and do it justice. And we did it with the DCS Super Hornet mod, but that was a little bit ago, and we're actually going to be updating that with some of the assets that I created for the DCS version as well. So it's not going to be as good. You know, it's just, you know, some of the limitations that we have with DCS, but yeah, it does take quite a bit of time, quite a bit of effort, especially with the ones that are a little bit more detailed. You know, typically I can put a sound package together in under a month, depending on, you know, what goes into it. But for like the C-17, the Super Hornet, like our really big scale projects, even like the B2 took about a year because there's, you know, obviously there's other development milestones that had to happen, just like the C-17, but the C-17 also took, you know, roughly 10 months, you know, for us to develop the sound package for, because there's a lot of logistics involved, and that is one big airplane. And so yeah, so it can really vary depending on, you know, where I'm getting the sounds from, because we also partner with other production studios as well. It's not just me doing the recordings most of the time, although, you know, that'd be awesome. It would get really expensive.
Absolutely. And like, it's gas, right? Because it's one thing hearing these sounds. It's a completely different experience when you're the one in control of them. I mean, you can hear them and say, yeah, that sounds really, really good. But I mean, when you're physically moving the throttle in the sim and you're creating these sounds, the link, as I say, it's that immersive link. It just happens, do you know? But like, have you a background in like sound engineering? Do you know, are you a musician? Are you do you know what I mean? Do you just make noise?
I played piano when I was 12. Does that count? No.
You're on the right track, yes?
No. Yeah, so well, for one thing, I'm a huge music fan. I love just listening to music. But also, yeah, I do broadcast music engineering. I also do like live performance, like mixing as well. So I do have a bit of a background in it. I've just saturated myself in the world of audio engineering. So, you know, I know what sounds good, at least to me, because sound is very subjective, right? Like I could think one thing sounds good and another person could say it sounds like trash. But I feel like for the most part, you know, I have a pretty tuned ear for this kind of stuff. And obviously I have people that help, you know, keep me on the right path, like I said, with our QA guys. But yeah, so my experience goes back, you know, almost 10 years when I first started fiddling with soundboards, you know, 10, 12 years ago. And it's just grown from that. And then being able to leverage that experience in flight simulator is super cool.
Tell me, what does the future look like? I mean, this being your first standalone release, this is the Echo19 brand now out there to say, look, boom, we've done this. What's the future looking like? I mean, you don't need to give it all away, but I imagine you're probably looking at multiple projects perhaps, or is it like, no,
NDA. No.
yeah. Don't say the thing. You just said the thing. You know.
Yep, I just said the thing. No.
But like,
quick, edit me, Murphy. Edit.
Is it a case now that this is just, you know, has it launched you into this level of motivation to say, well, look, this has been received, I imagine so far, very well, considering a sound pack, and we've seen sound packs before. You know, there's other sound packs available out there, but this is on its own because, well, it's specific to this aircraft, or maybe this is the genre that you can tackle because it sounds definitely, listening to you, I mean, your passion is certainly close to kind of the military aircraft that are about there. But what does the future look like right now? How do you kind of see the next kind of 2 to 3 years?
Yeah, so I mean, really, we're wow. I can talk.
It rubs out. You're
working
right.
with, yeah, right. You broke me, Murph. You said you were gonna break stuff, and you broke me. No, yeah. So next 2 to 3 years, we're working with a lot of third-party clients. Like a lot of people know, we're working with Miltech Simulations, not only on their C-17, but on their U-2 and some of the other aircraft that they're working on. But also Top Mach Studios, some of their military aircraft. Also working with Parallel 42. Those guys are absolutely amazing. They're going to be coming out with the Super Patriot Mark II, which is a bush plane. And I am so incredibly hyped for that project. I cannot wait to start getting sounds on that. I think you guys are going to absolutely love that airplane. It is just, man, I had the opportunity to go to Bentonville, Arkansas with the guys a couple months ago and actually record the thing.
Wow.
And man, what a really cool experience. Like I've actually never been in a bush plane before, so maybe I'm a little biased, but just being able to, like, the owner took me up. We went to like a backcountry Arkansas little dirt airstrip out in the middle of nowhere. It was absolutely beautiful. It was on a riverbank. So
Wow.
Horseshoe Bend, I think, if anybody wants to look it up. But man, just such a really cool experience and a very powerful airplane for being a bush aircraft. So I'm really looking forward to that one because I've not done a GA aircraft in a little bit. One of the first ones we did was GA, and that was for the Shrike PA-30. And man, I'm going to go back and actually redo that sound set because I've learned so much about the process. Like I told the guys at Blackbird or Shrike that I'm like, hey, I'm just going to do this for free for you guys because, you took us on as, like, that was our first project, but
wow.
I really want to give it a nice polish. So that's, I'm looking forward to that as well. But yeah, we've got a lot of other, I'm forgetting a ton of aircraft because, man, I feel like we've got so much to look forward to. But as far as self-published projects go, we're kind of navigating that. I'm not quite sure if we want to go the military route again or if we want to maybe dabble in some of the commercial or GA space. Because man, there are just so many airplanes that I can access with all my connections now. So we've thought about the ATR, we've thought about the King Air, and maybe even the TBM. Like I know some people that could get us access to those aircraft pretty easily. So just kind of depends on what the community wants, especially with Flight Sim 24 rolling around. We're gonna wait and kind of see where that lands, give all the aircraft a nice fly, and see what people are feeling. That'll be our next step.
That's awesome. Well, listen, Echo19, it is a breath of fresh air. When you hear a developer who is
now it's on you, man.
Yeah, right. No panic. I let it out.
Talking too long. Get me out of here.
It is refreshing to see a developer who's so passionate, and like, we've looked at aircraft developers, scenery developers, utilities, and everything else. But now we're getting into the stage where one of the most important aspects of flight simulation is, of course, the sound, and to see it getting this level of attention, but also how it's evolving, right? I mean, technology is getting better and better, and as you say, and quite rightfully so, it's who you know. I mean, it's that's half the battle. I mean, getting access to the real world stuff, well, that's always the challenge, and we've seen this before, right? I mean, Just Flight are very passionate about their sounds. They spend days out recording aircraft.
Oh, yeah.
And we've seen other developers get really up close and doing this. So I wish you every success. This thing is an absolute blast, and it transforms what the F-18 is, and the fact that it works with the default, the freeware ones. Happy days again,
Jesus.
So, dude, I just want to congratulate. It's an awesome add-on that really enhances the aircraft, and I cannot wait.
Thank you so much, Murph.
Can't wait.
I appreciate the opportunity to be here, and thank you all so much for listening to me ramble on about sounds. I could do it for hours. I love doing it. So if you ever want to talk about sounds, Murphy, you know who to talk to.
That's it. We'll have a glass of wine and talk about the sounds. Absolutely.
Yes, yep. We'll call it evenings with Echo. There you go.
Oh, come here. The name. Where did the name come from?
Echo?
Echo19.
Yeah, so it actually started out as Echo19er, and It was a aviation acronym. I just kind of made it up. We were founded in 2019 and just kind of stuck. And then I rebranded just about a year ago, kind of shaved off the Niner part, cleaned it up a little. Some people like the Niner. I'm impartial. I like to keep things clean and professional and be able to scale. So that's where our name came from. Just kind of random, but I like it.
I thought it was some sort of native, Michigan thing that means something. But listen, we'll go with that.
Yep.
We'll add that to the next story. But listen, dude, thank you so very, very much indeed for joining me, taking time out of your schedule, and just awesome add-on. It's really, really good. And I'll give folks another quick blast of it here before we move on. But I wish you every success, man, and we'll have you back on soon, no doubt.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Yeah, sounds great, Murphy. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Sweet. All right, dude. Take care.
Bye.
All right. Jesus, the buttons now, lads. They're working pretty well, right? Right. You'll have to listen to this. We'll do an engine startup again and then rev the bejesus out of them, and then we need to move on to more aircraft. We're checking out the FW190A now in a moment, right? So, buttons, Murph, you can do it. Yes. We start the left first. Oh no, because that has hydraulics. Isn't that it? Yeah, super nice guy. Right, let's have a listen.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
Hello there.
Now that sound you just heard there, that was me falling off my chair. The sounds on this are amazing. Right, let's start up the right side. Oh, God almighty. There's no way the brakes are going to hold this, but sure, we'll try, right? Isn't it absolutely sweet? Now hang on, we'll do something terribly mad here, right? Don't worry about anything for the minute. Don't mind any of this. There's a method to me madness. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that button didn't work. Oh, Jesus, that didn't work either. Right, it's grand. Totally fine. Right now. Mind your ears, lads. Jesus.
Yep. We're going the wrong way.
That's just incredible. So lads, right, back out to here now, Murph, before you break everything. Back to the main menu. A big shout out to Orbex, who actually gave me this to showcase for us tonight. You can pick up this add-on now through Orbex. It's you can pick it up for just under $10. And lads, I gotta say, this is incredible. It's incredible. It'll absolutely fundamentally change the default F-18 in the sim, because those sounds change the laws of physics. Like, they just make it so very immersive. So you can pick it up over on Orbex at $9.99 US, 770 Great British Pounds, €9.20, 14.99 Australian. You can pick it up from Orbex. A massive shout out to Orbex, and of course to Echo19 for joining us here. Lovely guy. Can't wait to see what he does next. So did I put the link in the chat? The link is in the chat where you can grab it for $10. It's almost like getting a new aircraft. It really is. We'll have to have fun with that now in multiplayer. But moving on, friends. We're now going to check out another aircraft, right? And, well, buttons need to be pressed. I'm going to press one of those, and I need to go to an airport because, friends, Echo Golf Sierra X-Ray, North Weald. We're going to check out this one from Burning Blue Designs. And let me see here I suppose we'll go over here, and let's see what happens. So, Jeff says, I also use Flight Recorder, but Echo19 said Sky Dolly is what they used in-house. So if you want precision on a replay mode, use Sky Dolly. Sweet. Do you know, I have them, but I've never used them. Which is weird, because any of the videos I make, a too many outtakes. And like, I use colourful language when I'm making an outtake, right? The most recent one was trying to fly the Hangar Studios plane under the legs of the Colossus. I won't tell you what I crashed into, but I crashed into it many times, and I should be using something like Sky Dolly. But anyway, the aircraft we're looking at now, friends, this is from Flying Iron Simulations, and it is that of the Focke-Wulf 190. It's the A8 variant, complete with its BMW engine, right? Now, we actually have a lot of history to share about this aircraft by one of our own members, Mr. Sco, right? So we'll be going through this now in a second. The aircraft is currently for sale from Flying Iron. You can pick it up for about €27. And Flying Iron are also going to give this a free update for Flight Sim 2024, which is great news altogether. So let me see here now. We're going to have to reposition our plane. Look at the cut of this, right? Don't crash sim. And we're going to learn a little bit about it. And we're also in a brand new airport. And this is all powered by Burning Blue Design. So we'll just get in here now and have a little look at this massive machine. Isn't this stunning? Right? So now let's have a quick look here now before we get into it. Naughty Gnome, you're absolutely nuts. Hang on a second. Naughty Gnome, you're absolutely friggin' nuts. Right, how does one do this now? Let's see here now, friends. Just bear with me. If I do this, yes. Hang on now. GNOME. Right, I think this is how it works. So one of those. One copy. Hang on now, lads, I'm doing loads of buttons. Information by chat. Look. Ticket cost 1. Maximum tickets 1. And let's have a look. I think this will work. Create and start. Right, lads. Thanks to Naughty Gnome because he's nuts, right? And hang on, I better do it on YouTube as well. Naughty Gnome, lads, has just DM'd me to say, Murphy, let's do some giveaways. So we're going to do a giveaway for the Echo19 sound set on Twitch, and we'll do one over on YouTube. Just bear with me. Let me see now. How do we do this? Modules. Can we do giveaways on YouTube? I'm sure we can. Bear with me. We need to go into Stream Elements. No, it's Streamlabs, isn't it? Hang on now, lads. Just bear with me. We get this sorted now. That's grand. Yes. Press the buttons. Accept. Yes. Log in with YouTube. Yes. Hang on now. Just bear with us, lads. Exclamation point ticket, I think, is all you need to do. Let me sure that's working right now before I do anything else, because I'm a complete and utter muppet. How do we do this now? Bear with me, lads. Bear with me. We'll fix this if it doesn't work. Bear with me now, friends. Giveaway. Page. How does one do this? Right, okay. Forget that for a minute because it's broken, right? That's not going to work. I'll fix it. Giveaway title, giveaway description. Yeah, that doesn't work. So don't worry about that. I'll fix this now in a second because we're going to do it over here. Bear with me, friends. We'll start it again. We'll be grand. Totally fine. Yes, yes. Continue all. Yes, agree. Yes, hang on now. Hang on now. We'll do all this together and this is going to be just wonderful. Yeah, cancel that. Okay, this. And go into there. Right, grand. Now, we want to do one of these, please. We're going to do a giveaway. And we're going to delete that. We're going to edit that. Just bear with me now, lads. All will be ready now in a moment. One of those, and one of these. Okay, start. Giveaway.
Look at this big eater.
Yeah, hang on. We're trying to fix it. So there's one there, and now we'll start doing one over here. So if you're on Twitch, if you're on YouTube, now is the chance to type in on YouTube, exclamation point ticket for your chance. And we'll get the one working here now over on Twitch. Let's have a look. So we're now on Twitch, and it should be the same, I think. Let's see here now. Giveaways. Back. And we're going to do one here. I'm going to edit. One of these. One of them. One of these. One of them. One of these. And one of them. Confirm. And launch. Let's see now. We're going to run it on YouTube first and then we'll do it on Twitch because I can't run two at the same time because the machine is broken. So Twitch viewers, stand by. Everyone get over to YouTube and then you can enter twice. And then everyone on YouTube come over to Twitch so you can enter twice. See what we do? So our first giveaway is for those watching on YouTube. All thanks to Naughty Gnome for the Echo19 sound set. Now, what have I to do? I have to do one of these. And I need to open one of them. Right, here we are, friends. Where did that go? Oh, it's over here. So, friends, just a quick chat about the exclamation point bugger. Yeah, so if you're on YouTube, exclamation point ticket, that'll get you in. All right, the YouTube people. Now, let's have a talk about this. The first prototype flew on the 1st of June, 1939. It was the first prototype named the FW190V1. It soon showed exceptional qualities for such a comparatively small aircraft with excellent handling, good visibility and speed. It was powered by a 1530 BMW 139 14-cylinder 2-row radial engine. The cockpit, located directly behind the engine, became uncomfortably hot. Right? During the first test flights, the temperature reached about 55 degrees Celsius or 131 degrees Fahrenheit. In an attempt to increase the airflow and lower the temperature in the cockpit, they fitted a 10-blade fan at the front, opening of a redesigned cowling, and was geared to be driven at 3.12 times faster than the propeller shaft speed. This quickly became standard on the Focke-Wulf 190 and nearly all other German aircraft that later be powered by the BMW 801. In this form, the V1 first flew on the 1st of December 1939. The second prototype, version 2, first flew on October 31st, 1939, was equipped with a new spinner and a cooling fan. Even before the first flight, BMW was bench testing a larger, more powerful 14-cylinder two-row radial engine, the BMW 801. The engine introduced a pioneering example of engine management systems called, wait for this now, command device or command dogarat, in effect an electro-mechanical computer which set the mixture and the prop pitch for the constant speed propeller, boost, and also the magneto timing. This reduced the pilot's workload to moving the throttle control only, with the rest of the associated inputs handled by the command device. Right? Now bear with me. The Ministry of Aviation convinced Focke-Wulf and BMW to abandon the 1939 engine in favour of the new engine. The BMW 801 engine was similar to that in diameter of the 139, although it was heavier and longer by a considerable margin. After several tests and research rounds, it finally bought 5 versions of this model, and the Focke-Wulf 190 version 5 became the first prototype with the new engine, being fitted with 1,540 horsepower. Much of the airframe was strengthened in order to balance the heavier engine, the cockpit was moved back, and the fuselage and the engine mounted on longer struts. This had the side effect of reducing the troubles with high temperatures for the first time, and it provided space for nose armament. It also reduced visibility in nose-high altitudes, notably when taxiing on the ground. So before we continue with the different models of the types of the Focke-Wulf 190, there's also a few other special firsts. This had the honour of also being used as an experimental platform. The Luftwaffe experimented with the Focke-Wulf 190 and developed elements that are still in use to this day. For example, the propeller shaft, as some prototype models and later the full production model had, was the first to be made of cast magnesium. A second example, they used the Focke-Wulf 190, it was using other materials than just special glass for the cockpit windows. The big change was that the rearmost sections of the sliding canopy were redesigned by replacing it with plexiglass glazing and also some duralanium panels. This meant that bullets that penetrated the cockpit window sections were slower in velocity and produced fewer small lethal fragments that could hit the pilot. A third example, which was another first for the 190, and despite temporary success, they tried a 5-blade and even a 6-bladed propeller to get more pulling power from the same amount of horsepower of the aircraft engine to get more speed. The first pre-production of the Focke-Wulf 190A series entered service in 1940, total of 28 being completed. It's quite staggering, right? Quite staggering. The production model, the A1, rolled off the assembly line in June 1941, and a list of models and variants were released in rapid succession. The A1 to the A10 with several sub-variants, a total of 13,291 Focke-Wulf 190s were produced in the A series. The Luftwaffe frequently changed between models on production line, and it would not have been uncommon for the A5 variant to be converted into an A7 or even an A8. Absolutely staggering news. All this information, by the way, lads, this has all been done by Mr. Scoo. He did a full presentation and a write-up about the Focke-Wulf. He gave a seminar, I believe, if that's correct, all about it. The man knows his stuff. He's studied the aircraft meticulously, and he's given me 8 pages of very interesting notes. Now, looking at my time, I won't get through them word for word, but we can say this, right? There was a lot of variety in the different models, right? The Focke-Wulf was used in a variety of roles. It was used as a fighter, an interceptor, reconnaissance, a fighter bomber, a bomber, anti-tank version, high altitude reconnaissance, which came a little bit later on, and also used in ground attacks. So, the full version of the document that Mr. Scoo did is 81 pages. Anyone who's interested in it, he might make it available to anyone on Discord, but it is fantastic reading because it's such a look at the history, the development, and also the operational history of the Focke-Wulf 190. Now, what we have here from Flying Iron, the aircraft itself, these lads, like the feature list, it's incredible. And we'll have a look at some of the the visuals here now, right? So to all our YouTube friends, you have another 30 seconds before we close that gadget, and let's see what happens. So See what happens now. We'll press some buttons. We've had a lot of entries. So for the YouTube guys, we're going to do we're going to close off now the entry for the Echo19 sounds. Only on YouTube. Twitch lads, we'll get into you now in a second. Don't press the button if you're on Twitch. It doesn't do anything. Jump over to YouTube. When you get over there, hit a like and then you can vote. Quick. We're in stunning 4K on YouTube. Come on. Brilliant. Okay. Are we ready? 5 seconds. YouTube lads, quick. Press the button. Exclamation point ticket for your chance to win the Echo19 sounds, right? And close the entries. Oh, brilliant. Right. Let's see what happens here now. The winner is Icarus. Icarus over on YouTube. Congratulations. You have won a copy of the Echo19 sound set. Drop us a DM over on our Discord and all will be well in the realm. Well done. Congratulations. Now, it is time to press a button on the lads at Twitch. So, Icarus, well done. And stand by. Where is this now? This is going to be on Twitch. This is going to be edit. This is going to be there. It's going to be there. And it's going to be there. Right. And now we're at it again. Now, just bear with me. Let's just do one quick test for someone on Twitch. Someone on Twitch do exclamation point ticket. It should tell you you've entered. Let's see. Let's see. No. I broke it. Right now. Oh, wait, no, I can see it here. I can see it here. I can see the entries popping in. Brilliant. And just so you know, it's not giving you a confirmation, but I can see the names starting to populate here. See the names? Look, they're behind me head there. Look.
Hello there.
These are all the Twitch names of people who are entering, yeah? So the Twitch stuff is working, lads. You may not get a confirmation live in the chat, but it is working. It's tracking your entries. So the very best of luck to the guys watching on Twitch. Brilliant. And Naughty Gnome, thank you very, very much indeed. So let's have a look at this behemoth of a machine, shall we? Flying Iron, they just make incredible looking, sounding and flying aircraft. They always have. The first foray into Flying Iron I had was when they released the Spitfire from Microsoft Flight Simulator, the first Warbird, and I was just blown away. When we're looking at this and Flying Iron saying, hey, this is our best work so far, well, I think we can see it. Look at the detailing on the tires, right? The texture work here is off the friggin' chart, lads, right? All the texture work on the aircraft, the detailing on the gear with the brake lines coming down, with the suspension strut, even suspension coming on in here. It's just staggering. This is staggering detail. It's a beautiful aircraft, plenty of dirt and grime, and it's just gorgeous looking. And such a presence the 190 is. I remember building a model of this as a kid, an old Airfix model, and I was always blown away by the just the state of it. It's gorgeous, right? It's a beautiful shaped aircraft, and look at the height of those landing gear because, well, the prop is huge on this. Comes with a number of different liveries, and I'll show you some of the options in here now in a moment. But even, you know, the antennas are there, and even the tail wheel assembly. Look at the detail on the tire, lads. It's just done very, very well. Isn't it beautiful? Absolutely beautiful. Like plenty of wear and tear. All the scuff marks are there. It just looks the job, doesn't it? So what we're going to do, we're going to jump into the cockpit. And welcome to the cockpit. Now, we do have a couple of creature comforts because we have a tablet. And we can pop open the tablet. Hello, tablet. And this is all the Flying Iron stuff here. And we have all our checklists. We have V-speeds, our live data. We have our stats, the loadout of the aircraft if we're going to carry an auxiliary fuel, the autopilot, creature comforts, the workshop, how good our engine and stuff is. And then we have our options. So if we want, we can install a GPS. We can replace the modern pilot with a World War II themed pilot. You can hide the pilot, hide the controls, install radio and transponder. I put it in there for the crack. If your German isn't great, you can replace the German with some English decals, right? Realism settings, stress and failure, tablet preferences, pushback. And again, if you want to open up the ground equipment, have a look at this, lads. Look at this. So you have your fuel tank now appeared, right? And they've even opened up all the engine cowling. This is pretty cool. And like, you can look into this massive BMW 801 engine. Isn't that absolutely class looking, isn't it? This is deadly. Great attention to detail. So like that's the ground objects. Isn't it really good? And we can also put in a ground power unit there as well. All right. So back into the cockpit. We'll remove that. And there was an option there, I think, for a ground power unit. Ground equipment, aileron trim. There was something there. But anyway, there's a button for it over here. So little bit of familiarization. And again, I mean, you know, we learned what Mr. Scoo told us. The mixture and prop control, it was all put into the one control. This considerably made the job of flying the plane a little bit easier, right? So everything's controlled here. We do have a little rocker switch for the prop pitch. So you can put it in auto, increase or decrease, right? Leave it in auto. Now, as we kind of move around the aircraft, well, let's have a look. So that's a primer over here, that yellow one. I don't know what that's for. I imagine that's for your... I don't know what that click spot is for. Interesting. I'll figure out what that is, lads. Don't worry. We have a joy. Look at the control stick even. Look at the detail, lads. And the sounds. Right, beautiful. What else do we have here now? We put in that little radio and clock ourselves. Over on the left-hand side, we have a couple of different options. We have our fuel selector valve. Bring all that all the way up to the up position. We also have some mag switches down here. We're going to put our mags on. We have our airspeed indicator. We have our artificial horizon. We have vertical speed indicator, standard compass, angle of attack, and so on. It's just done really, really well. And even for the machine guns, it's giving you an indication of how many rounds and bullets are left. And I think there was a switch here, I think. That's for our clock. We can start the clock. See this little guide here? See the way of, like, see the sight? But there's even like a filter to make it dark. They've put that in as well. Really nice stuff, right? Right, what else do we have? So we're going to start off, I suppose. We'll open the canopy. And over here we have our oxygen regulator. So as we turn this, we should see the regulator open up. So oxygen is now flowing. That's what we want. And all our electrical panels, well, they're all located in behind these boards in here. All right? So we're going to go off and have a look at it. So we'll turn on, well, pretty much everything. Generator and battery. In you go. We can also get our fuel pumps on. Now, if I hit external power, have a look at this. It appears a period correct external power source. Not pretty cool? You gotta love it, right? So get rid of that. We're gonna put on our fuel tanks. And we continue on with the rest. So all our electrical motors on. Lovely jubbly. The interior lighting is something absolutely insanely good with this aircraft. It is stunning, right? Absolutely stunning. Let me see here now. We'll probably close the canopy. But it works really, really well, right? That's our fuel pumps working away. What's this now? This is the different range, nose trim, cabin lights. Look at the nighttime lighting on this thing, lads. I mean, isn't that something? What do you think of that? Isn't it beautiful? Absolutely stunning. And they're dimmable. This is exactly as it was in the real life as well. Imagine hopping into one of these, you're like, holy crap! Right? It's absolutely gorgeous. So, we shall continue on with our endeavours to see can we start up this machine. So mags are already on, fuel pumps are running. So what we need to do, we need to energise the engine and then we need to give it a start. Before that, well, we need to give it some fuel. So we're going to prime this. And we prime this until this handle slows down. And it's modelled. So it's starting to slow down now. See that? Okay. So to start this machine, this is going to be great gas altogether. And mind the sounds. Open up this. We're going to press and hold the energize switch. And have a listen, right? The giveaway is still working, lads. Exclamation point ticket if you're on Twitch. The thanks to Naughty Gnome. We're going to run this for about 15 to 20 seconds. Open the throttle about 20%. Now mind the sounds. Are we ready? Okay, what did I forget to do? Don't panic! Fuel is... We have fuel. Mags are on. Open the throttle a little bit more. Try it again, try it again, try it again. Give it a bit of a pump. Up the yard. You hear that spinning up? I'm a demon for breaking these. Just saying, yeah. Grand. That sounds pretty good to me. Clear. Come on, Betsy. It's alive! Jesus, that was loud. Do you hear the sounds? Yeah, I didn't have it quite at 20%. We're all right now, though. You too can fly a fucking wolf. Do you hear the sounds? Bloody hell. Isn't it something else? Beautiful, absolutely beautiful, right? Right. So, off the brakes. And let's see what we can do here. Bit of differential braking. Get that wheel across. On you devil. There you go. And we'll check out the airport here now in a moment as well. Easy, easy. The sounds are just incredible, aren't they? Now there are flaps in this aircraft as well. There they are. What? Oh Jesus, there's the runway. Easy now, Murph. Easy, easy. We just passed the runway, but it's okay. We'll turn around. That'll kind of do it. Ah, we have a bit of space there. That'll be grand. Alright. Right, so we want to stick in the old tail wheel lock and just be careful. Oh, Jesus. Be careful with your power, right? So, lock the tail wheel. And let's see what happens, sports fans. Doing the rudder dance. Speed's alive. Easy. 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 200 kilometers. Yep, see Daisy. Pause, ready to climb. Gear up.
Jesus.
That's the gear coming in. Isn't this something? This is beautiful. Look at the cut of it. The sounds are just incredible, and the aircraft handling, like it reacts to the power setting. Yeah, I mean, you punch this thing, look at that speed come up. There's a pause. Ah, don't crash them, you're great, Craig. Easy now. I mean, this is just incredible. They're so good with the warbirds, aren't they? Right, in over the runway. Look at the speed, 500 kilometers. We have London off in the distance. This. What a machine. Oopsie daisy. Listen to these sounds now, right? Unbelievable. Nice. So it's another home run by Flying Iron. Look at the gear animation. Like, look at the landing gear of the thing. It's freaking huge. Alright, we'll take it in for a landing. Watch the speed. Easier said than done now, do you know? Easy. Easy. We should have a runway over there. There it is. Alright. the flaps thrown in. So, I mean, you can fly this as fast as you like, as slow as you like. It's entirely up to you. Land on the taxiway there, Murphy. Be grand. Jesus, don't mind the fact that I just hit a building. Ah, Jesus. Now that's a soft landing. Jesus. I just hit a building. No one has to see that. And I landed on the bit you're not supposed to. It's grand. Yeah, I broke the plane. But the important thing is, lads, right? It's incredible, isn't it? I like to...
Dougal, have you been drinking?
To listen to the sounds, right?
I've been drinking like a mad Egypt.
These are all very funny. Let's have a listen to this thing starting up again, right? Let's see what happens. Let's listen, friends. Let's listen. Hide your faces of shame. Like, isn't that very good though, isn't it? I mean, that's very, very good. That's incredible, man. Great work with Flying Iron Simulations, lads. It's absolutely incredible. Mr. Chippy is here. Oh no, and he saw me hit the building. It's grand. It's built for it, you know. Don't cut the throttle to idle while landing. It doesn't like it at all. Really doesn't. But the sounds are excellent, aren't they? I like to shut her down, to hear the sounds cutting it out. It's just done so quickly. And there's our machine off. What do you think? It's pretty nice, isn't it? Another warbird flight. Don't they have one of these DCS? I think they have. So Flying Iron, another home run, lads, it has to be said. Absolutely incredible. Now, while we're here, let's go exploring around this airport. This one is from Burning Blue Design. Lads, last call on our giveaway over on Twitch, ! Ticket for your chance to win the Echo19 sound set for the F-18, right? So make sure you get your options in there now. We have a ton of entrants. And let me see, Mr. 90, Shoot the Bandit, they're all in. So we'll do the giveaway there now, briefly. Right, moving on. The airport that we're at, or the airfield, right? Nestled in Essex, North Weald Airfield, well, it's rich with aviation history that dates all the way back to 1916. Originally serving as a Royal Flying Corps base during the First World War, the airfield played a significant role in both wars, becoming a key site for fighter aircraft operating during the Second World War. After the war, North Weald transitioned into civilian use in the 1960s and became a popular destination for private pilots and flight training, fostering a vibrant community of aviation enthusiasts. Today, the airfield, well, it's a thriving general aviation hub, hosting a variety of flight schools, a private aircraft operations, and it's home to the National Police Air Service, NPAS, and also the Essex and Hertfordshire Air Ambulance, providing critical support for emergency response operations. The airfield features multiple cafes, aircraft maintenance services, and a vintage aircraft restoration company. Additionally, North Weald hosts events and air shows, drawing visitors from near and far to celebrate its storied legacy in aviation. This airport has been painstakingly recreated by Burning Blue Design, undertaking on-site visits. They've also collaborated with the actual pilots operating out of this airfield to ensure the highest levels of accuracy, just like the shed at the end of the road, right? This airport, or airfield, lads, is quite staggering. There are over 200 custom 3D objects, each with PBR, accurate runways, taxiways, and custom taxi signs. Night lighting, including that for the runway, the taxi, and also the police and search and rescue hangars. Detailed hangar interiors, 2 open hangars to start your flight from, each with animated hangar doors that open and close depending on the time of day, and they can also be triggered with the taxi lights. Dynamic air ambulance static model, which is only visible Monday to Friday, allowing you to
Hello
use the
there.
helipad at the weekends. That's pretty cool. Sport Cap, thank you for the follow. Animated spectators, real-life static aircraft as seen at the real airport, including 3 Douglas C-47, Aces High, Drag 'em Out, and also Pegasus. A C-54 Skymaster, Atlantic Division. You have a Cessna 172, a Cessna 150, a PA-28 Warrior, Eurocopter 135, an AW169, de Havilland Tiger Moth, and also a Supermarine Spitfire, the Aero Legends Elizabeth. There's a lot going on here. Let's go exploring, right? A bit dark here during the day. Brighten it up there now, Murphy. There we go. It's quite a big facility, isn't it? And, well, Burning Blue Design, these lads are always making these beautiful airports. And they're usually the ones off the beaten track. And that's what I love about them, right? So let's go in and explore, shall we? Is there like a main entry? There is. It's over here, I would think. Hang on now. There's a runway. There's a runway. There's some cargo. Where's the gateway in? Because they're usually good at this. Here's something now up here, look. There's an entry. There's another entry. Jesus, the amount of detail, lads. Look. Bit of LOD loading in there, but sure, listen. Here we go. We're up the top here, look. So we're rambling this way, look. Right. Let's have an El Gawk. It's all about the friggin' detail, and they do incredible stuff. There's a pistol club across the road, look. Epping Forest Pistol Club. Look at that, they have a little pistol range. Deadly. Right, let us ramble in. Wait now. Jesus. Is there no Skodas yet? Burning Blue. I mean, I love you lads, but you need to start putting in some Skodas. You know what I mean? Right, let's ramble in, look. Airfield operations. It does have that military feel to it, doesn't it? Okay, let's ramble in. Are we a Paddy? Anyone name the aircraft? Can you name the aircraft, lads? Can you name the aircraft? What is it that we're looking at? How long did they run the alpha test? The alpha's probably running until the start of November. It's a Hurricane. Yes, beautiful. And look at the detailing. You can actually get up and read the stuff. Look at the detail. Not savage. You gotta love that. And look at the detail on the aircraft itself, look. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. Right, let's have a ramble over here. What can we see, lads? Okay. Loads of stuff. Little vehicles. If we see a Skoda now, I tell you, I'm going to be happy now. Right, let's have a look. Available for hire, meeting room and training room. Bins area, very good. There's the tower. They modelled the tower. They've modelled the tower. Nice. You gotta love it, don't you? Okay. That's the old tower. What's over here now? The 240 building. Oh, wait! Brilliant! Brilliant! Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, can we just say, in all honesty, it was going well, but now it's just going. It's got a Skoda! Brilliant. Best scenery in the world. Well done, Burning Blue Design. I knew you would do it. It eventually rubbed off on you.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
It's a great day for Skoda, though, isn't it? A great achievement, lads. A great achievement. All the fencing here, look.
Oh, Jesus.
That's the level of detail they get into. Right, that's where I'm parked, where I shouldn't be. There's a big, like, logistics centre thingy over here. All warehousing and stuff. Oh, Jesus, look, they even have fancy cars, look. Car limits. Ooh. Very nice. Very nice. Right, tons of logistics stuff. AMG are there, and the ambulance centre is there. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Essex Emergency Services, all the ambulances. King's pallet line are there. I just love the fact you can go exploring in these sceneries. Do you know what I mean? When I said include a Yeti, that's not what I'm at. That's not what you had in mind. All the cars, look. Burning Blue. I mean, Jesus. There's Skoda, Skoda. Ah, we're getting absolutely. Hang on a second. Jesus. This is great news all time. Wait, come on. Brilliant. I've never seen as many Skoda. They're taking the Dennis Hickeys, the whole area full of Skoda. Brilliant. That's absolutely dead. Do you think they finally listened to all me moaning? Surely they said, this Murphy fella, if this doesn't shut him up, we don't. Look at all this. We're in heaven. Oh, we're in heaven. What do you mean, is it a scrapyard? What are you talking about, Gibbo? This here is the place that dreams are made of. You know, the happiest place in the world. This is brilliant. Do you think they're taking the piss a bit? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, Murph, we got you covered. We put a Skoda in there to finally shut you up. Lads, the whole place is full of Skodas. What an achievement. We're right at the end of Flight Sim 2020 and it's finally happened. An entire range of Skoda. That's brilliant. Jesus. Best scenery in the world, lads. It just is, right? Just is. Right, stop. Read this sign. You're about to enter the aviation zone. Jesus. Right, let's go. Look at all the textures, look. They're beautiful. We're going to ramble across here now. There's an ambulance and a couple of vans. They even have the L double-decker buses, look. Brilliant. They were at Bedford or something, weren't they? Were they at Bedford? Look at the old World War II taxiways, look. And they're still in use today. How cool is that? Right, let's ramble over here. There's stuff and things happening. Yes. Yes. So what do we have? There's Janine and flying lessons. Flynorthweald.com. I keep saying this, but you know what I'm saying? Hang on a second. Lads. We're going to do some science. Why are we whispering? I couldn't tell you. 2 522 00. Shh. What's going on? It's been diverted.
Thank you for calling North Weald Flight Training. Now may I help you?
Oh, sorry. I believe I have the wrong number.
All right. Thank you.
Jesus! The numbers work! Brilliant! Jesus! I'm after waking up poor owl. Well, whoever it was. That's brilliant! She probably thought, who's ringing this hour of the night? No! Jesus! Right, move on there quick before we get in trouble. There's a man looking into a Jeep.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it's a Jeep. Right, move it on there quick. Jesus, we got through to them. Right, there's a van and some hangarage. Yes. There's a couple of Cessnas out here on the ramp, actually. Look. It's actually a pretty big airfield, isn't it? Couple of 150s. Looking well, lads. Yeah, looking well. What do we have over here, look? Oh, no, it's a brokered PA-28, look. Jesus. I wonder, like, can we ring them up and say, hey, do you know the broken PA-28? Can we buy that and make a simulator out of it? Do you know what I mean? Oh, look at this beautiful Cessna. Oh, yeah. We need one of those in the sim, actually, don't we? The place is friggin' huge. Can we get in here? Not in here, no. No. What about over here, look? Crikey, it's the North Weald Rozzers. Jesus. Oh, look at this. Police cops. Oh, that's pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah, totally my fault. I probably woke her up in I probably woke her up in the middle of the night. Jesus. What's over here now? This is the air ambulance crowd. Jesus, the detail here, lads. This is pretty good, isn't it? We can't fly without you. I love that. There's a picnic bench. Beware, helicopters crossing. Look at that. Oh, that's really good, isn't it? Check out the stuff down here. Look. There's 3 C-47s here. There's one of them. And they actually have... Oh, look at that. They actually have the Pegasus one. That's awesome. We have a hangar with a starting location with a full interior look. This is very nice. All the little T hangars. We have more warbirds up here. Look, there's the Spitfire. Oh, look at that. The T2, look. Ah, brilliant. Isn't that amazing? That's amazing. What else do we have now? What's this over here, look? Another hangar. Bloody hell, all the hangars. The site is huge, isn't it? It's huge, lads. There's the shed I hit on the way in, look. Yeah, let's not worry about that. Is that a DC-4? Or a C-54, maybe, is it? Yeah, C-54. Nice. Couple of modern aircraft. More modern general aviation. Another hangar. Oh, look at that with the C-47. Look at the cut of that. I love that, man. That's deadly. That's very good, isn't it? What's over this side now? Ah, we found the playground. Brilliant. Go on, go down the slide. Ice cream. There's the swing. Jesus, it's a huge airport. Ah, you're on a trampoline. Were you just folding your arms? No, I'm not going to jump. Go on, jump, you devil. Go on, it's a trampoline. You're supposed to go up and down. No, I'm not doing it. Jesus. Right. What else? There's loads going on here. It's a huge scenery, lads, isn't it? North Weald. Right, that's back to where the chopper for the medivac lads was. And then down here, this looks like to be the original kind of RAF stuff, look, with the layout. Brilliant. We're going to see VR Flight Sim guy here somewhere. He's always hanging about somewhere. He just appears. Vintage Aero. Look at the tiger moth. Isn't that gorgeous? Another C-47. How have I never visited this place in the real world? It's absolutely stunning, isn't it? Now, it said, did they say air show crowds? It depends on time of day. Detailed hangar, dynamic air ambulance, animated spectators. Okay. Oh, it's very good, isn't it? It's very good, lads. What do we think? Do we like it? It's a huge facility. Massive. Well done, Burning Blue Designs. This is available right now over on their website. You can pick this airport up. It's priced, ladies and gentlemen, at £14.95. £14.95. And it's North Weald Airfield from Burning Blue Design. Haven't they done another cracking job? Let's check it out at night time. Oh yes. Oh Jesus, look at the lighting areas for the emergency choppers. And if we change the time, if we change the week to like the weekend, see the way the chopper disappears? So you can actually use these areas. You can use these areas on the weekend. See that? The chopper disappears? That is mad. Pardon me, that is mad. That's absolutely mad. I love that. What a great feature. Yeah, strange. Usually Steve is there somewhere. He's here somewhere, I'm telling you. Jesus, we have a mission now to go and find Steve. If I was Steve, where'd will I be down at the Skodas, to be honest? I mean, I'm just saying, I would be down here with all the Skodas. I mean, looking at Skodas in the wild is one thing, but, you know, the danger of keeping them in captivity like that, do you know? It's in Essex, Nightsep. It's in Essex. They've done a great job here again. Burning Blue, lads. They've just knocked it out of the friggin' ballpark. It's very, very good. They just do great work. You know what I mean? It's a huge airfield, though, isn't it? It's massive. Plenty of static objects. Like, there's tons of static objects. Plenty of people around the place. You know, hanging around. It's done very, very well. Even back here, look, there's stuff going on. It's huge. Absolutely massive. This is probably one of their biggest airports, I'd say. Would it be? I'd say it is. It's very, very good. Squirrel flies over here. Oh, does he? Right. Yeah, we'll ask Paul, actually, does he fly over here? It's done very well. Something different though, like, do you know what I mean? For like the general aviation flying. Academy Aviation. Oh, imagine just walking by a hangar and you see that and there. It's just like, yes, thanks. One, please. It gets the 5 Skoda rating. It surely does, doesn't it? Performance here is great as well. Nah, lads, they've done a cracker of a job. They really have. It's excellent. And, well, fair play to Burning Blue. They've done a great job again. Really interesting airports. And I love the fact that you also have police and search and rescue or medevac helicopters posted here. Maybe Farmer, yeah, Farmer's probably bigger. Yeah, it would be actually. They've done a great job though. A great job. There's even people over here, look, what are they doing? There's a fella on his phone. There's people everywhere. Is there an old pub or something? You know. Crikey, it's huge. So Burning Blue Design, absolutely excellent stuff, lads. Excellent effort from Burning Blue Design and a very well done. Right, as for our Twitch folks, for the giveaway, are we ready? Press some buttons here, Murph, you can do it. Where is it? Where is it? Over here. Right, close the entries. And our winner, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Murph. It's loading, it's loading, it's loading. The winner, thanks to Naughty Gnome, is Little Trader. Congratulations, you have won yourself a copy of the Echo19 audio pack for the F-18 with a huge thanks to Naughty Gnome. We will do the third and final giveaway thanks to Naughty Gnome. We'll do it over on our Discord now in a few moments. Last aircraft, briefly, we're going to have to jump in, is checking out the ATR. We won't, well, it's late, so we won't spend a terrible lot of time. We'll check it out though. The ATR, just an incredible machine, right? Incredible. And did we cover everything so far? Jesus, I didn't even get the Islander done yet. Bloody hell. Right, we have to do the Islander. Bloody hell. BN2. There we go. So the Islander, the turbine variant of it, right? And it has the mad looking yoke with the nose look. Have you seen this thing before? Absolutely friggin' bananas looking. Options. Profile. Hanger. Look at the nose on this thing, look. What in the name? That's a real airplane, lads. I kid you not. Someone made that. Do you know what I mean? Look at the cut of it. Mr. Big Nose, right? We're not going to fly Mr. Big Nose. We are, however, going to pick a different aircraft, and it is that of the Defender. The BN2T Defender. Here she is. And what's pretty cool and mad about this, well, they've actually put in the Garda Air Support Unit, the GAZU. Because, well, the guards flew this aircraft. So we're going to drop ourselves in here. I'm using my own tail number. We won't worry too much about that. But let's have a look, right? Is that the 2020 version? It is, Karos, it is. So Blackbox Simulations, lads, we'll probably have to do the ATR next week if there's no serious bejesus then. Because look at the time, we'll be here all night. So we might do the ATR next week. Don't be, don't go too nuts. But this from Blackbox Simulations is... they've always made really nice to fly aircraft, right? You get some of it, you get a couple of issues when it comes to the texturing. I wouldn't say it's their strongest forte, and you'll see that now in a moment. Easy now. But what I really do like about this aircraft, let's see here now. There we go. What I do like about this aircraft, in particular, is the avionics. It's the avionics, right? So this here is the Garda Air Support Unit. They've since retired this aircraft, but they do have it in the Irish colours, which I thought was pretty nice, right? Anyone familiar with Baldonnel will, you know the story, yeah? The only thing is, they do have the Garda replica on the, or the insignia sideways. It should be that way. You know, it should be that way. Speed that up. Come on, Jesus, will you speed up? It should be kind of that way. Wait for it. But yeah, they've put it the wrong way around. But we won't worry about it. The delivery is done quite nice, isn't it? So what's kind of cool here, it has its own in-sim kind of manager thing, which is different. I'll show you what I mean. In the default toolbar, well, we now have access to this very airplane. So if we turn this on, we have this new load menu. And from in here, we can actually configure what the aircraft is doing. For instance, we can put stuff on the outer pylon and on the inner pylon, right? See that stuff appearing over there, look? That's pretty cool, right? Or we can have nothing on the outer and nothing on the inner. We can also move the camera. So they don't function, they just look nice. So we can go from a camera being on the nose, or we can set it up on the side, or we can say, no, there's none. So I thought that was nice. You can also put in all the covers, the tie-downs, the chocks, all that jazz. So it's all controlled from this little in-sim kind of a menu thing. And then we have the doors. Again, they're all done fairly well. There's no real issues there. Yeah. So from the exterior, I mean, I think it looks really, really nice. They've done a great job with this. So close all those up, lock the door. We also have our checklists. And then we have all the documents for the aircraft. And this is all done through, as I said, the in-sim panel. Wonder will those cameras actually work? On some aircraft, they will work. I've seen cameras working on 2024. An aircraft had its internal camera. It was mad looking, you know. But yeah. So that's handy. Everything is here. It teaches you all about the airplane, what you need to do, then your configuration. So yeah, I don't know if I like it in that menu, but look, it is what it is, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to just power this thing up. We don't really have time to go flying around. I will fly this on stream, only because I think it's a nice aircraft. Oh, Jesus, turn that back on, you muppet! I'm a muppet, it's alright, it's alright. I need to get rid of all the tie-downs. Right, now we're grand. Right. So we're going to get this thing up and running, and we'll do a little bit of flying. Well, we'll do some of the sounds, right? So this is the interior, and again, we can get into changing weight and balance, right? I mean, we can edit this using the default weight and balance. I think we can disappear El Betsy there. I think, yeah. Good luck to you, Betsy. So what we have inside the cockpit here, the textures they're grand, right? But they'll always look just that little bit different. I mean, the yolks, for example, they usually are a little bit polished. I just think they're a little bit clean. Like they're just lacking a little bit of kind of wear, tear, and details. But then you have something like this, you know, the highly polished the yoke. It's beautiful, right? So it's a nice trade-off as well for performance. And the reason why I'm saying that, waiting to see these fellas pop up here. We have brand new avionics working in this aircraft, right? And depending on the variant that you fly, things are laid out differently, right? As in, the engine controls are going to be different, the avionics are going to be different, and it all depends on the variant in which we're going for. This is the Defender variant, usually used for military or law enforcement, right? And Graham, I think that is Graham, the developer of this. Graham is in the chat. Graham, I'm almost certain that Garda logo is sideways. I'm almost certain. If you can do an owl, you know, jiggery pokery, turn it left. I'm almost certain it's sideways. But it's great to see an Irish livery in here. So what I'm going to do, we're going to go down to home, and we're going to start putting some power into this aircraft, right? So battery. That was me flaps moving. No, it wasn't. Yeah, it was. Get them up. Right, so gens come on. Good sounds in this now, lads, right? Panel lights. Right, you got your nav light on, beacon light on. Now, when we need to start the engines, the power mode needs to be on external supply. Even if you don't, or even if you do, you know, it needs to go into external supply. Now, what we have here, we have our throttle and we have our prop, right? which are it all acts as one, so you have fuel cut off the whole lot, yeah? Move them up out of the way. Yeah, so it needs to be fuel off at the moment. Down here, down here. And circuit breakers, they all work. Like, when we talk about the simulation of this aircraft, the systems modeling on this is very, very good. It was very good on the standard Islander. Check out the avionics we have here, lads. This is new, right? And we can get in and we can mess around with this stuff. Nice touch, right? Nice touch. And we can act as, it's a touchscreen. Isn't that great? I haven't seen this on any other aircraft yet. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. What else do we have here now? That's all okay, that's all okay. It'll take your GTN 750 if you have it. Weather radar, I'm almost certain that works. Almost certain. All our radio, avionics, all that jazz is there. Do we need that in here? Let me see. Transfer, power plant, starters. Right. Fuel, let's come on. I think that's right. I hope that's right. Fuel pump. Left hand side, we can see fuel pressure coming in. Right side, we can see fuel pressure coming in. So we're going to go for a start on the left side first. Hopefully this works. Hopefully this works. Let me see here now. So that's a starter switch. We're going to put the igniter to start. Give it a few moments. We're going to engage the starter. I could have forgotten something. I've forgotten something. Wait now. Not liking that. Think now, Murphy. Think. The weather does work. Nice. The weather radar works. How cool is that? What are we forgetting here? Pumps are on. Yes. Fuel is on, isn't it? Or is it that way? That's off. Right, let's see what happens. We tried again. We got right side first? Murphy, you've forgotten something very important. External is on. That's up. Turn that off. Let me see. Oh, pause the gens. Never mind. Right. Could have happened to anyone. Listen to the sounds, lads. Wait for the spinach. They're not just nice sounds, lads. They are great sounds. Right, let's go for start on the left. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, generator. All right. So what else can we do here now? External sounds, have a listen.
Jesus.
The sounds are excellent, right? And as I said, there's different variants of this. You get the Turbine Islander, you get the Turbine, they're all the Turbine variant, right? But you get the Islander, you get the Defender 4000, you get the other Defender with the massive radar in the nose. Like a huge looking nose, right? Absolutely bananas looking. But it's the avionics here, and lads, working weather radar. It works. And even the detail on this, look. All the pixels can be seen. If you're on YouTube, you'll see the 4K-ness. Like, hello? Stick it into weather mode and let's see what happens. What else do we have here? All the circuit breakers work. All our comm channels work. Pedo put it on. Environmental systems, they don't work. I think that's the only thing that doesn't work on this. Amp meter, volts looking good. External supply is now off. Igniters go to off. And then when it comes to the handling, bunch of flaps, off the brakes, roll it forward. The Garda Cioccolini, right? Do we have the blue Garda light? Did you ever hear the Kerry man who wanted to put the blue light for the Garda helicopter? It didn't work terribly well. Look how good these avionics are. And we can pop these out, look. Look at this, lads. Isn't that deadly? And it's a touchscreen. We got ourselves lined up here. Right, sit tight now for the minute. See the animation and things, like it's done so well, isn't it? A 4-in-1 look. It's class. It really is class. And you can do the same with the bottom one. I mean, if you want, you can pop out the bottom one. Isn't it very good? I love that, man. That's great. Right, we'll go for takeoff here and see what happens. We don't see our lights. We're looking good. That's looking good. Right. The sounds. Power coming in. Off the brakes. Toga. Takeoff power set. These things hand fly so well. So well. 60 knots. 70, we're getting light. There's 80. Oopsie daisy. Positive rate of climb. Bring a little flaps in. Look at that shadow down there, look. I've been in this real plane. I was in the Garda airplane. Buddy of mine used to work in this. Graham, thank you very much indeed, you legend. We'll do them giveaways over on Discord. Lads, !Discord. Do be sure to join our Discord. And we're going to be doing a giveaway, 2 giveaways for the Islanders. Graham, the owner, the lead developer of Blackbox Simulations, is here in the chat. Graham, it's great to see you. I dropped you an email weeks ago. But he's very kindly donated 2 copies for us to give away. We'll do that on Discord a little bit later on. !Discord. Do be sure to join. When you land in our Discord, go to where it says start here, click on the Shamrock, and you'll have access to where we'll do the stuff, right? Was I under arrest? Brilliant, right? Man, look at this. Some flyby sounds. Are we ready? Mind your ears now, lads. This could get, you know. I was probably a little bit far away. That's deadly, isn't it? But hand flying this thing, it is gorgeous. It's the same with the other Islanders. It was even the same with the L-19. They just handle so well. And like, look at the physics. Do you see the cord off the radio up here on top of us? Look, or the cord off the light. Yeah, moving around. Now let's get ourselves trimmed here. Let's check out some night lighting. Ooh, look at that. We can adjust this night lighting as well. Graham, this has had 2 updates, I think, since release. Do you know the dimmer switch for these lights? Are they on a list to be done? Because everything moves, but the lights don't dim. If you can do the thing with the yoke, you know. But yeah, done very nicely. But I just think the dimmer switch isn't working. So I think it just needs a little fix. But there's other lights inside here I think we can turn on. And each cabin configuration is going to be different for each aircraft as well, which is class. Oh, it's a master switch. Hang on now. How can I do it? Twist the red part in the back of the light. Yeah, I'm doing that, but to no avail. I'll show you, look. Oh no, now it's working. Never mind, I'm an idiot. Never mind, Graham. No, this one isn't working though. I'm doing all the stuff and it's not working, so I don't it could be me though. It could be me. Cabin lights. Look at that for the view. Your cabin lights is usually like your emergency switch for this or that, you know? Yeah, the right side doesn't seem to work. Working camera and workstations coming soon. Ah, the working camera, nice. A working camera, that's going to be awesome. So what the Garda Air Support Unit does, or did at least when they were working, they're replacing these now. They're getting a new machine in. But these things would have savage endurance, lads. They'd be able to stay airborne for hours upon hours upon hours. And they would do, like some of the missions that they would do, I mean, they'd monitor kind of cash escorts, prisoner escorts, and they'd also do kind of surveillance, right? Not necessarily maritime patrol, they'd leave that for the Air Corps directly to do, but they would definitely do surveillance. The cameras on board this airplane in the real world, absolutely incredible. So usually they'd usually get up to about 8,000 feet, and then the camera is just kind of usually around Dublin. I mean, that's where you used to see the Defender most of the time. But yeah, it's the Air Corps operated this for the cops for years. But their endurance was something fierce, and this angle, this kind of height, we would be a little bit higher, but that's what they do. They just circle around and around and around and around, and that's what they used to do. HG Bone, thank you very much indeed. Welcome in. The L10 Bird Dog, great airplane. Working camera and workstations. That's going to be awesome. TV license. Yeah, TV license inspector. What do you think, lads? Great sounds, isn't it? And you know, we all know the Islanders usually kind of in and out of the Caribbean. But, you know, with the choice of liveries that we have with these, you know, law enforcement, military, it's done very, very well. And I like the option that you can put, you know, the different cameras on and whatnot. It's very nice. It's beautiful. And I love these avionics units. Like the aircraft by its very design is just, you know, short takeoff and landing, you know? Bring the power back. It's actually beautiful flying around here, isn't it? More features on the avionics. 2 seconds. Right click on the inner knob for menus. Right click the inner knob for menus. Right click the inner. If that's a default keybind, let me see. If that's a default keybind, it's not really going to like what I'm doing with a right click. So I wonder how else we can do it. Page edit, hold that. Yeah, the right click doesn't want to work. Right click and hold. No, I don't think the right click wants to play. Oh wait, there it is. Left click and hold. Brilliant. Oh, look at this. External GPS or internal. Synthetic vision. Backlight. Oh, that's really handy. What are these units, Graham? I mean, they're Garmin, but like, are they somewhere between kind of the GTN stuff, really, isn't it? That's super handy. Side slip indicator on the screen. What? Nice. That's beautiful, isn't it? PH Roy, you take care. Take care, my dude. So it seems to be left click and hold for me, but that could be just my settings, yeah? That's really good, isn't it? That's really good. Wait, where are we? We want to head back out to the Dawn. It's over there. Look at the lighting, isn't it stunning? There are GI 275 PFD and HSI. That's a first for Microsoft Flight Simulator. We've never seen this avionics in the sim. How cool is that, lads? And I love the way you can pop them out. But to really experience the Blackbox Simulation aircraft, it's all about the hand flying. They behave so well. They're quite intuitive and they do exactly what you'd expect them to do, you know? What do you think, lads? It's pretty, isn't it? I love the bloom effects here on the lighting. We have an autopilot. We've tons of avionics, and as I say, like it's just, this is a cracker. A cracker. Now, is that Bal or is that Weston? Where am I? That looks like Bal. That's awesome looking. Yeah, that's Bal. Right, let's go in for a landing here. Nice, if you take care. Yeah, we've ran dead late. We're going to wrap it up here now just when we touch down. But the Islander, lads, if you're interested in grabbing it, it's now available from the Blackbox Simulations website. You can pick it up for $34.99. And we're expecting this to release also for 2024, right? Look, sounds and flies well. What else can you ask for? Wi-Fi? Absolutely. You're seeing it here in the flesh. If you saw news of the aircraft coming out, I'm now flying it and I can tell you its handling is superb. Look how fluid everything is. It's not twitchy. It's, you know, you don't have to overcompensate. It's done very, very well. And we do have this STOL capability. You got the original Islander, might have to get these. Oh yeah. Scott, you're having fish. Jesus. You take care, my dude. Okay, there's the torque after dropping right down. Bring it up a smidgen just so we have that bit of redundancy. Look at this, 70 knots, look. It'll stall at like 50 knots. It's an incredible aircraft. It'll cruise along somewhere around 140 knots. And the range is spectacular on this thing. Twin engines, loads of options. Okay, a little bit of wind here. Let's see what we can do. Got 70 knots on final. Flaps are fully down. Power to idle, hold the nose. Easy, easy. Don't float it. Easy. Touchdown! That's gorgeous. Into beta. And out of beta.
Hello there.
Oh, lads, this is really nice. It handles so well. Do you know? Pilot Landy, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. There we have it. The latest release from Blackbox Simulations, it is that of their beloved Islander, but this, the turbine variant. And we're getting the standard Islander, we're also getting the Defender 4000, and also the mad-nosed one. They're nuts, do you know? Isn't it pretty? It's a very narrow aircraft, but I've always loved the shape of the Islander. Like, it's a pretty airplane, isn't it? And it's cool because the Irish livery for the win, you know? Okay, let's see what we can do here. Let's shut down the right side, have a listen to those sounds. Really good. Really nice. Really nice. What a great plane. Highly recommend this one, lads. And again, it's all about the hand flying with it. It is superb when you hand fly these aircraft. I think kind of flying it at that kind of a dusky dawn kind of a thing really just adds to it. All the avionics, everything is clear as mud. And with these new units here, again, we haven't seen these in the sim. They're great to see, aren't they? You gotta love it. You know, what's this now? 1.2, 3 miles. That's your zoom, right? You can change your heading. It's very responsive. They work really well. Yeah, these are gorgeous. These are great avionics. Really, really great. And of course, you know, you have access into your GTN. Now, with the weather radar, let's see now, get a bit of tilt in here, right? And it should work on the ground. Let's throw in a bit of crack here for a minute. Let's see here now. Oh, hang on. We'll just do this. Let's see what this does. Now, do we need to get more tilt? Graham, is this working off precip or what way is it doing it? One Aviation, good to see you. There's the rain coming down. Look at the cut of it, isn't it gorgeous? Or maybe, oh no, look, it's working. Ah, deadly! A working weather radar. Now it is on precip. And I think we kind of have to tilt the divel all the way up. Right now. Thinking about it. So we will get some of the different colors on this as well. It probably needs more. There you go. Right? That's so cool, isn't it? "25 miles out." You can hear the rain? Yeah. Another issue, I don't know why that is on a runaway mode between, you know, the weather. So, let's see here now. Sticking on full blast. It's kind of giving you the cells there as well. Like, that's pretty cool. I like that. I do like that. That's great, isn't it? I don't think I don't think this has wipers. Does it have wiper? I don't think the Defender has wipers. I don't see wipers. No wipers. Wait, should I have wipers? I don't know. Yeah, you gotta love the environmental sounds, right? We always love playing with the weather in this sim, but like, do you know what I mean? That kind of we'll have the crack with this, you know what I mean? Alright. It's still pretty impressive, lads. It's still pretty impressive. Look at the cut of that, for Christ's sake. Look at that. And here, in the wild, the Islander sits, waiting. Ah, Jesus, isn't that only class looking? Right, lads, on that bombshell, we're going to have to wrap it up. But I want to say a massive thanks to everyone for joining us here this evening. It's been a busy one. We're going to have to catch up with the ATR next week. And a lot to be said for Microsoft Flight Sim. Look at the cut of this, like, Jesus. Right? Do you know? But yes, thank you all so very, very much indeed for tuning in. Massive congratulations to our winners. All thanks to the awesome Naughty Gnome. And do be sure to ramble over to our Discord. We will be doing some giveaways over there. ! Discord. I invite you all to ramble on over. So until Friday, when we do a group flight in the Messerschmitt 108, we'll be jumping in and flying in Alaska. Ooh. So that is the plan for Friday. So until then, have a great rest of the week. We'll see you on Friday and we'll play out with some nice weather and stuff. It just looks so nice. So thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. Oh wait, hang on, I nearly went without going. A massive thanks to Echo19 as well, who joined us for a chat. Legend that is. And big shout out to Orbex for giving us access to the sound pack as well for the F-18. Right, I'm going away now. Let's just look at the owl. Do you know? Do you know?
Oh, behave.
Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit amphetamines.
Captain, how soon can you land?
I can't tell.
You can tell me, I'm a doctor.
No, I mean, I'm just not sure.
Or can't you take a guess?
Well, not for another 2 hours.
You can't take a guess for another 2 hours?
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Oh, it's a deep burn. Oh, it's so deep. Ah. Oh, I could barely lift my right arm because I did so many. I don't know if you heard me counting. I did over 1,000. You have your ubulus muscle that connects to the upper dorsimus.
You have a lovely voice, very like Celine Dion.
Missed it by that much.
We're doing a thing, right? We're almost supersonic. Well, we're only at 400 knots. That was the most cinematic anticlimax ever. Yeah, but hang on, give it time. We're doing it. Ah, you're gonna miss the ground, you big ape. Hang on. Bank angle. have been on the jacks now. The mess. Right, hang on now. Mach 1. Oh my God. Oh dear. Sweet lamb of suffering Jesus, we're going to explode.